Yeah, at the Tflip show.
Oh, okay, good.
What are you fucking? Are you on private?
Huh? No, of course not. Let's not be
Well,
ridiculous.
check the Tflip show to see if you
That's
fucking
fine.
got it.
We're recording. I'm already over
Why
it.
do you get headphones?
Huh? Yeah. Other headphones aren't in the budget yet.
Why
We haven't gotten that far in the budget.
What are we gonna
yet.
watch? Fucking clips?
You haven't? No.
There's subtitles on it.
It's all monitoring. So when I hear your talk, yeah, it's a whole process. But
Right, cheers,
hey, cheers, buddy.
bitch.
Welcome back to the show. How's it
Yes,
feel to be
sir.
back on?
It feels long overdue.
Mm-hmm. Long overdue. Well, it's been a long time since we recorded last round here. So
And this one's gonna air. Unlike.
yeah. Unlike Drunk and Disorderly.
Yeah, it's not.
Drunk and Disorderly 1, just Drunk and Disorderly 1.2, Drunk and Disorderly 2.
Fuck your parks.
Well, that's what I'm referencing. But exactly. I'm not gonna do the headphones. It's just not comfortable. Let's just be realistic here. I'm already fucking with the boom arm. There's just a lot of things. I gotta get back in the groove of things, Jake. I gotta get the back of groove of things.
All the prep just went out the fucking window.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
It's okay, Tyler. The talent is here.
Yeah. You got the Parker McCollum sunglasses and hat going on.
The shirt might come off. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, so that's how you just Parker McCollum right now. You know.
Oh, and then FP comes out later. You fucking asshole.
Yeah, that's from Tflip Show Uncut, folks. We have fat Parker McCollum.
Subscribe to the Patreon to find out.
Something like that. Yeah, that one I don't even know if people could pay to watch that one. I don't know how I feel about
You
that.
fucking pay me $10 a month. You can watch that shit.
Yeah, you can need a lot more than $10 for the things that we talked about on there. It was purely uncut.
20. No, it's gonna be edited.
Oh,
It's gonna be edited.
Jake, there's not gonna be anything to watch if we edit it.
No. You know what I want edited out.
No, the issue is I don't because
There's
of
two
how
things.
much.
There's two things. There's a couple name drops.
A couple, just a couple.
The only ones I care about. I don't care about the other bitches.
Right, the other bit. Already. There we go. The other bitches. I mean, already getting ourselves called out on.
Hey, so I'm back.
You're back. Yeah, we're back.
Way different format than last time. I'm not getting interrupted.
Yeah. Man, we're really just getting right into it from the get-go. Tflip Show's taken a lot of development and changes over the years, so
Is this it won't air first, but is this the first official Tflip shooting in the studio?
This is the first official Tflip shooting, yeah.
Fuck yeah. Well, cheers to that,
Yeah,
pal.
cheers.
Thank
cheers
you.
to that, of course. Exciting stuff. So this will be, so I've changed the format. Sorry, bad luck. Hang on.
Yeah, I know. I had to catch myself doing that too.
How it's going to work is kind of, I've decided I was doing seasons before, but it just didn't make sense because seasons usually mean you start this date, you end this date, right? And then you get time off and you start this date, end this date. Usually is implied.
Yeah.
With shows, I decided because, it's not consistent, just record when I can. I'm just doing numbers. So like this episode number is going to be Tflip Show number 22. I've already gone back on the YouTube.
Dude, that's my lucky number.
And changed everything. Well, there you go. I don't think it is, but yeah, I was going to say it's not. I'm almost certain it's not. But yeah, so we changed that format. So excited about a couple things to come here. But
Okay.
so we're going to kind of pick up from where we left off, I think, is great. So people want to think back to the Tflip Show season 1.
Yeah.
Previously in episode 7, maybe something like that. So if you
early?
go back in YouTube, it should be Tflip Show number 7, I think.
Yeah, watch that one, folks.
Watch that one. We'll link it up above or something like that right there. We'll give you a clickable box.
There's a point in time at like 42 minutes that you should probably skip, but other than that, it's a great fucking episode.
I mean, it was only an hour cap, so
Yeah, 42 minutes is about.
That's good. Leave it there.
That.
I have to go back and even watch it. I forget some of the things that are even said. Not that I think that's too bad. Maybe in your favor, yes, or not in your favor, yes. But for me, I think it was fine.
No, I'd say like 98% of that made it.
Yeah, no, I don't recall cutting much from
Yeah, at
that.
all.
I don't think so. It made the cut. That's what matters at the end of the day. So yeah, so let's pick up in Jake's life here. I think last time we talked, and so referencing that previous episode.
How long ago was it? 3
You
years?
ought to be a better part of 3 years.
3 years, yeah. So, because we were talking about football, and I think I ended it with like I hope.
You had just finished at Kentucky, more or less. Yeah, it's several months.
Yeah, I'm a couple months back. I'm like back here from there. So yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, I was still looking to play football. I was coaching, not really working. I did end up getting the scholarship I wanted, but I couldn't take it because a couple months. I got the scholarship in April, and I was gonna sign early May, and then my grandmother passed.
Right.
And so that was the point where I kind of had to choose, and my dad was already busting his ass with everything else going on, and it was my grandma's house, and I knew finances were going to get fucking complicated now. And I told the coach, I don't think I can take it. I hope to finish my career with you, but I don't know. And I started working to help my pops.
And so and that's when the jewelry really started taking off.
That's
right?
where JT was born.
And this is where I want to get right into. I want to dive right into JT because I mean we left that episode, and the focus of that episode was your pyramid scheme because we all know you're a pyramid schemist. You know, shout out Adam. I hope he hears this because I know he loves when I call him pyramid scheme.
Oh yeah, I'm a fucking journeyman, folks.
Yeah, big journeyman. You know, so he's done it all, whether it's flipping burger patties or.
First of all, I never flipped fucking burgers.
You worked at a burger joint. You know, I think you're flipping patties. Right. But, you know, from JT to pyramid scheme to burger patties. So.
Yeah. Wait, wasn't
so
it
where JT was born.
JT was born. Yeah. My boys, B and Jake, founded a company in the pandemic. Jake really tried to get me to join the company 2020-ish. I have my first break back. So heart of the pandemic. After my first semester in Kentucky, he tries to get me to join it. And I'm like, dude, I'm playing football.
Right.
So I get back. Now I called the coach an inbred, told him to go fuck himself.
You love to burn your bridges, huh?
I really do.
Sound like my years at De Anza. You know,
you know how petty I am?
Never.
I went my second semester there. I was not getting along with my tight end coach. And so when we get back,
what's up with you and tight end coaches? I mean, you just have a terrible. I know you played the position.
Look in the camera right now and tell me my first tight end coach was a good coach. Look in the camera right now.
Can't.
It was fucking terrible. He's a good guy. He really meant well, and I appreciated him after I got back from Kentucky.
Great golfer.
His love for the game was there.
Sure, yeah.
I didn't agree with anything he fucking said, but he genuinely wanted you to get better.
Sure.
And then I get to Kentucky. And I now know more football than all of the position coaches on offense.
Keep in mind, folks, this is a Kentucky Christian University. Have you ever heard of it?
I was 2 semesters away from a minor in ministry, dude.
Yeah, that's something else. Like, why'd you stop? We always know growing up, you've been far better at school than me. You've always been the bookworm compared to me.
I didn't want to stop. Kushma.
But you couldn't. Why didn't you continue online?
Like I couldn't do that shit. If I was gonna,
Yes, you could.
No, but I would have failed. Like I only had business classes left. Like all the GEs were done. I needed accounting. I needed a couple marketing classes. Like I needed shit that I wanted. Like I would have liked to learn the marketing a lot more than I did in Kentucky because I learned. I could tell you damn near verbatim what happened in the War of Nehemiah in my marketing class. Shout out Old Testament. Are you talking
about the War of Nehemiah and marketing exactly? Any particular reason?
Yeah, for about 2 months of the. I was there January to March. We started discussing marketing February 17th.
Huh?
Yes.
Something doesn't add up there.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I was
okay, sick. All right, cool.
Yeah, but I didn't want to stop. Like I still want to go back to school, but I don't care about the degree anymore. I want to learn shit I want to learn.
Sure.
I just need the time for that.
Right. Makes sense.
But yeah, school-wise, like I wanted to go to Ottawa. I wanted to play football.
Right.
Like football was just a means to get the degree and all that,
right.
Which I didn't care about, but I knew it would help.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I like to learn, but school is not learning. School is like, hey, you have to do this to get a piece of paper.
That's precisely what I'm doing at the moment. I'm not a school guy. I will always say that. I think it's great for the people who want to do it. I think there's people that you can be successful without school if you hustle. At the same time, if you go get that degree, absolutely, go fucking do it. I'm there going quite literally through the motion. I'm not proud to say that, but I'm there just for that piece of paper.
Yeah, so lucky for me, I kind of picked a line of work that I can get by on my skill set. I'm struggling right now, but I can get by. Like, I know I have doors open for me because of my skill set and what I wanted to do.
Right.
Someone like you need that piece of paper unless you know the direct person in charge of hiring.
Right, yeah.
So it's fucked.
Yep.
But, yeah, I could go back to school. I could have stayed in school. I could have done all that shit, but I could not do accounting online, and I damn sure wasn't going to learn anything useful online. Mm-hmm. We both know me in the sense that, right, I'm just going to click.
That's what I do currently. I mean, I'm just there clicking.
And it's fucking miserable.
But the benefit is for me, this is me personally, is like, except one is asynchronous, where it's just, you're on your own time. There's no Zoom meetings. I don't got to pretend to pay attention.
You're on your own time until you forget a deadline.
Yeah, and so I had to teach myself during on the first several semesters. Yeah, I was fucked, but learned a bit, learning curve, figure it out. But I get it. I know it's not for everyone. It's just benefited me because then school in person, I get to try. I'm a social little butterfly, so I pay attention less in person.
Now hang on, I'm gonna get political.
Please do.
Are you even able to go back to school in person?
San Jose State just fixed that because this current semester we're in. Keep in mind, so we're in 2023, so registering for this semester.
3 years later.
Yep. I was not allowed to go to even the orientation because I transferred from junior college to university.
Yeah, and
I wasn't allowed to.
For the record, folks, this man is double vaxxed.
Does that mean I got like
shot 1 and 2?
Yeah, Pfizer. Yeah.
Yeah, you completed the vaccine. He's not an anti-vaxxer. He got vaccinated, and he could not attend in-person classes.
And San Jose State at this point in time was the only California state school doing that, enforcing that. They had to be up to date with all your shots. I literally got an email.
To this extent, because every school in California was doing that. Gavilan wasn't. Like, you couldn't be on a football team in California in JUCO without being fully vaccinated.
But registering for classes for that semester, they were the only one that would not allow you in person. You were not allowed to. You had to be all the way up to date with the most recent boosters, everything. So I
fucking ridiculous.
Exactly. So I kind of sat there, thought about it for a while, and I was bummed. Going to university, I was excited. This time I was newly single too, so I was like, okay, go meet some people. I want to go meet some friends. I was thinking about a lot of different things of why to go in person. I was trying to make an exciting thing out of it. And so when they said that I couldn't do it, I was like, all right, well, I don't want to get it. I really thought about it for a long time. But I said, I don't want to do that. I said, it's not worth it. There's no need. I don't want to. So I said, I'll play your game. I've done online. I've been online at this point, so I'll jump through your hoops.
You don't want to go back?
So I've thought about it. I do have classes in upcoming semesters I can go in person, and now it's an option. I may do like one.
Yeah, just get back. Yeah. I would.
Because there's like classes, like there's a sports media class I want to take. It's media and film and whatnot. Which
I'll go in person for that.
So something like that. I definitely want to go in person.
Because just especially like fun aside, social cut that. Being social aside. Connecting with a professor who like you actually connect with too, like you genuinely like and is knowledgeable, having that in-person thing could like by itself just open doors. Like if professors like you, they pull strings for you.
Yeah.
They reach out to people for you. So that alone, especially with what you want to do, it's hard to get in the door somewhere trying to do sports broadcasting.
Yeah.
Like you can, but you're going to start bottom up, and that might not even work. Versus like a recommendation is big in that industry.
Right. Not that it's even that big grand scheme, but working for Cal High Sports right now, I only got there because I met Robert.
You fixed your teeth. Oh.
Nope. I was still well fucked up in the mouth department.
Now you're on camera, right? We're getting there yet?
We're getting there in the next few weeks. So
show us that smile. Show us that smile.
No, that's fine. That's fine. So see your camera in that process too. I'm not even on me right now. I'm smiling. But no, but that is an example of it's who you know. So yeah, if you want a spot in the industry, it's same thing. It's about who you know.
Yes.
And Robert, I was just lucky enough that he hired me when I was a 17, 18-year-old kid as an intern. Yeah, come work for the summer. Come check it out. But I got good at what I did, and he says, hey, I'll hire you as a freelance. I'll hire you to work for me and do it. And again, that was a mix of kind of hustle and I'm who you know. So now think about the grander scheme of things in the sports media world. Yeah, unless you got that piece of paper and experience, you're fucked, and unless it's who you know.
Exactly.
So, and it applies so many other places. I mean, in all the different fields of work that you could have. So
I believe it, dude. Yeah, but go back, dude. I look at so much stuff like because when I left Kentucky, that coach took a job at an actual university in Kentucky. He took a job at Pikeville, and it's a real university. It's not condemned by Christianity. It's not regulated. It's like a real university. There's no rules. There's no segregation of the dorms by gender, even though there's.
Well, while you're still talking about the rules, bring up some of the rules, because I don't know if we talked about the old episode and even then people remember some of the rules. I just remember you telling me. I know like the basic ones people wouldn't be too shocked by is like the no drinking.
Yeah, dry campus. The dorms were segregated by gender, so you had the male dorms on one side of the campus and the female dorms all the way on the other side of the campus. Every course, regardless of subject, centered around religion and God, which. Look, like, especially where we live, I don't mind that. Like, at least people out there had principles, which you don't see out here much. But it's just like, yeah, it was a real university. Like, they have fun. Like, they're living a college life, which I still never really got to do. Deanza was the closest to it still, and that wasn't a university.
We had some fun at Deanza.
We had a lot of fun.
There's some good years at
But,
Deanza.
yeah, looking at my boys at Pikeville and just looking at their stories and whatnot and how they're doing, I thought about it because a couple people reached out to me. It's like, if you apologize, he'll take you back.
Right. But the same way that you got told with your junior college coach, hey, if you apologize, maybe we can work things out. It's a similar ordeal, right? Having to apologize to him. Wasn't that the case?
Fuck Marquez.
Yep. All right. I was trying not to say his name, but is that not what it was?
It was, but it wasn't. It might have been. Cheers, brother. But that's warm.
My top sip was warm. I literally was like, that was warm, and then this part was cold.
Yeah, it felt cold at the end, but it wasn't. Essentially, when I came back from Kentucky and I was still looking to play, I wanted to use my redshirt year to get my AA and just still be active on a team. Like, still train, still be up to date on pads, like, still see coaches when they drop by a school. And I wanted Deanza to do that. And I reached out to Santos, who I still have a great amount of respect for. He's a great guy.
Sure.
But he essentially quoted me what I told him when he tried to get me to come back, even though he didn't. He just sent me a text. I told him I don't think it would be a good fit. So when I said, hey, can I come redshirt for you? I'll help train. I'll help with all this. Like, I don't think it's going to be a good fit. And Santos, I think he did that to be petty.
He's petty to some extent.
The exact wording.
Sure. The wording, what I think about, and maybe this is me being, too much benefit about being naive, I could appreciate the level of honesty, despite the harsh honesty, if it's coming from a genuine place.
Yeah.
Giving benefit of the doubt, saying, hey, let's just cut to the chase here. Let's not try to force nothing. It's not a good fit. It was a miracle they let me back on. Now, my situation is totally different than yours, ghosting them, and then they let me back on somehow getting another chance. But
yeah,
Santos is definitely known to be petty, so there's no wrong there.
That's why the way he did it, I was like, all right, coach. Like, I can't get mad. He's a great guy. He's one of my favorite coaches. I have nothing but respect for him.
Sure.
But that was just a jab.
Sure, yeah.
Because I'm not going to occupy anything. I just want a red shirt. I want to practice with you guys. I'll help the scout team. Like, I'll help.
Yeah.
I just want to be up to date. You have more coaches visiting you than Gavilan.
Mm-hmm.
I would just like that opportunity. But that didn't end up happening. But, yeah, go back to school, dude.
Go. I bet in school. We're there.
Go back, like, in person, though. Do that for me.
I will. Well, I probably will in person for sure. Not probably. I will. Because, like I said, there's a number of classes I want in person I look forward to. It's just a matter of I found out that online school works better for me. It was weird because I was forced into it when I was at junior college in the pandemic, and ended up doing. I thought I was gonna be fucked. I remember I was like, "Oh, this is a bad idea. This is not good, not good." Because
I fucking sucked.
When I did at Deanza, because I was thinking like, "Oh, it's an easy way out. Oh, that's so easy. Take online classes, bullshit."
And then the social requirement where you have to respond to people typing.
The discussions.
That's the dumbest fucking requirement.
I was just talking to a friend about it, but I was saying how one of the classes I'm in, I like this professor's perspective on it. He's very real, where he says, in the discussion forums like you're talking about, he goes, oh, your other classes, you got to reply to like at least 2 people, X amount of words, and engage with them. He goes, we don't do that in my class. Just go through, show them some love, and there's a like button now. I don't know if Canvas had that when you're doing it. There's a like button. And he goes, yeah, just go like 3 of your peers' posts. And again, I'm like, okay, easy enough. But at the same time, I'm like, what's the point? I'm not reading it anyways. Why am I going there and even liking it?
Just because that's what the fucking curriculum requires. The same reason we had to make an astronomy art book for science in 8th grade.
Yeah, it's just, I guess it's
stupid.
They need some sort of engagement. I don't know.
I would kill for that like button.
Well, I love it. Yeah, and so I took him last semester, and so he had a class I needed this semester. I was like, I know how he runs his class. I like this, and I go. But that one is synchronous. That's the only class I have to show up for Zoom meetings. And again, I wouldn't usually choose that, but because I took him last semester, I knew about it. So I was like, all right, cool. So anyway, I'll definitely be going in person at some point. It's probably, next couple semesters.
All right. We'll see. Good.
Because San Jose has a radio program, too, I want to look into. That's another thing.
You have to get into that.
Yeah. So there's a number of things I got to look at while I'm there. Because I'm just starting. We're in week 2 of my second semester there, out of 4 to go. Sorry, 4 total, 2 to go.
4 total?
Yeah.
Pending any non-passes.
That's an old Tyler. We're not worried about that. That's an old Tyler. No, seriously.
Those are fat Tyler behaviors.
Yeah, that's fat Tyler behavior.
We're skinny Tyler.
Yeah, we're skinny Tyler. He doesn't do that. We pass the classes. They might be, low B's, high C's, but I've never. I haven't gotten below a 78% in a long time, which is for me really good.
Yeah, that's life changing.
Even in high school, I was 70%.
No.
Oh, in high school, I was worse. I was about to say. Because the reason why I flunked out of playing football is because I thought you could get D's in college and pass class and be eligible for football.
With a 1.0.
Exactly. My counselor was like, Tyler, in college, keep
Miss
in mind.
Louise.
Yeah, Miss
Louise.
She was, bless her heart.
Goat.
I love Miss Louise. She was fantastic. But she literally, after my first couple quarters or whatever, I played 1 season of football at Deanza, and we're getting ready for the following, the grading period that will affect the following season of football, whatever that would be, end of the school year, I guess, the spring. And she goes, Tyler, if we don't turn these grades around, you can't play football next year. I'm like, what? I said, I got like 2 D's and several C's. Like, it's fine. What? She goes,
Yeah, you're at a 1.8.
Yeah, those D's those D's are failing. And I was like, what? I thought 60% are better and I'm good. Like, if I got all D's, I'm good. That was the rudest
Was that the Eduardo logic?
It didn't help us hang out with Eduardo all the time. I love that.
That was my boy.
That was, because before you and Leland and some of the other guys and Zach and all them came to Danza, I didn't have any friends really on the team. That team was the worst team I've ever been a part of dynamic wise, and I was only friend in the quarterback.
The 2-8 one, right? Was it 2-8?
Either 1-9 or 2-8, and those 2 wins at maximum were barely.
Because you got Feather River,
the walk off win in the fourth at the buzzer. That was cool. So 1 win. Forget what the second one would have been. Because we didn't win against Redwood something up north, the Ross.
College of the Redwoods.
No. There's one up north. It's in Santa Rosa. I know it's Santa Rosa.
I know what you're talking about.
Is it not Santa Rosa? Maybe it's just Santa Rosa College.
Might be. It might not be. But did you play San Jose Shitty that year?
I think so.
Then that would have been the second one.
I think that was our second one as the season ender. That was our week 10, I think. Point is, yeah. I just remember that rude awakening on being a 18-year-old kid going from high school to college, and I thought,
well, hang on. You were the starting quarterback at Cabrillo for a while.
I think those guys were jerking me. I really do. I'm so glad I made the right decision there. Given I wouldn't mind living there, it definitely would have been cool if I could get in a position where I could live there.
Dude, I told you from the start, that commute is fucking terrible.
And I tried to make it work because, I played all of spring ball there, dude. I was going right after school, and I was going over the hill. I was part of their practice. I was part of the weight training program. Everything.
That's insane.
It was wild. After my truck breaking down about 14 times, the Malibu locking the steering wheel on me about 5 more times, and driving on 17 that happening. I was like, yeah, coach, this ain't for me. I appreciate the opportunity. It was terrifying driving that hill. Yeah, so just, I don't know.
And then you tried to compare my commute to Gavilan to that.
Yours was so much easier. 101 is so much easier.
You tried to tell me, dude, I remember commuting 30 minutes. It sucks. I'm like, Tyler, the fucking hill compared to a reverse commute on 101, that was the best commute, dude.
Paige is driving to work now at UC Santa Cruz, reverse commute. She does every day.
Fucking Redwood City?
I don't know how she does it.
That's too much for me.
It's been you take a month and some change.
Because you still have to take 17. You can't just take.
No, she takes 17. Yeah.
Fuck that.
I don't know how she does it. I asked her, and she's making good money enjoying it, but I don't know. I don't know what longevity is.
Yeah,
but
I couldn't do a commute like that at all.
Yeah.
I can't commute.
It's the same thing for me. That's what we're saying with Cabrillo. I got over it real quick.
Yeah, dude.
But they're even trying to tell me, like, oh, we got you almost locked in as a starting spot, if not a solid backup for opportunities. And even then, your following year here, you'll be a guaranteed starter. Like, don't. And I was, Coach, I can't live here. I can't. Like, they're saying just figure out your living situation. I'm like, what do you mean just figure it out? Like, it doesn't work like that. It's like my parents can't afford it. It's the same cost of living as would be in Los Gatos. It's like, yeah, if I get my own place in Los Gatos, I fucking would.
You could live in like Heroin City in Santa Cruz, dog.
Oh, lovely. Yeah, that'd be
$800 a month.
That would be first choice, no
for
doubt.
A bed.
Crackheads up and down the street. Yeah,
fuck
so
that,
bad.
Dude.
Anyway, yeah, that football journey was something else. So
football's a mission, but yeah, back to JT.
No, we got sidetracked.
Yeah,
we got sidetrack on that. So JT was born this alter ego because it was dangerous. It was a dangerous job. You dealt with dangerous people. How much can you talk about? Because I know some things.
I can talk about a lot of it. I just don't like. Was there sarcasm there? Because it was fucking dangerous, Tyler.
No, it was very dangerous. I know it was not sarcastic.
Yeah.
Okay. So just tell me how it's dangerous. Just tell me how it's
all
dangerous.
Yeah. So you said the hit, and I'm like, yeah. There's. I don't know a lot of the details on that because I don't know who said it, but it was basically like, yeah, we got him. Don't worry.
And they're saying in favor as if he was.
He was in the wrong. Yeah, like he was in the wrong. Like wanted that to happen. So that wasn't that. But the one that kind of freaked me out is I was out. We're at an event for an artist. We're with him at his show. It's all black. Is at Cornerstone in Berkeley. I'm with the opener, G-Pop. Still my guy. I hope. I love the dude to death. And then we're gonna go to the after party, and my security pulls me to the side and says, "Hey, we might not go to the after party." And I'm like, "What's going on?" He's like, "Nothing. Keep networking. Keep doing your thing. Tell you when we get in the car." So we get in the car, and I guess one of the girls at the show posted me on her story, and this dude who I've known about, he's been to the shop a couple times, said, "I'm ready to grab that motherfucker. Where y'all at?"
To the girl, she posted.
Yeah, she posted me, and he's like, "I'm ready to grab." He
swiped up on the story, said that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've had a few people like kind of look at me. We almost got robbed at a taco truck in Oakland. Had a dude case the store a couple times. Tried to get me in the parking lot. It was a different world coming from this area just thinking you're in the Bay Area, you know, crime. Like we have downtown San Jose. Ooh, it's a different world when you cross that line.
And so in being there and so we referenced JT because JT was another person.
That was, so
we joke about it, but I mean, he was an alter ego.
He had to be, dude.
You had a burner phone, which is your work phone, your personal phone. That's what I'm saying. Is like it was another person.
Yeah, it was like when I started doing it, I was like, I'm gonna create an Instagram, and B made me. He's like,
which you grew an impressive amount of followers. I will say that in the time that you
naturally
made that account,
too, dude. I never
cool.
did that. I like the most natural way you could do it. I never did the hashtags. I never cared about the algorithm. I just put shit out, and I grew it organically. I grew it by going to shows, like making artists, like just being a good person. Like, hey, I got you. I'm gonna support you.
Yeah.
Boom. I was like, oh, you're fucking with him. Like you will never see another jeweler at someone's show, besides an actual jeweler going like when Benny the jeweler goes to like Tory Lanez to deliver a watch, to deliver something. I was going to fucking hang out. I was going to post them. They're up and coming artists. Like I fucking got you.
Right.
You don't see that at all. And that was my biggest thing is like I got my guys. But yeah, B was like, you got to make your Instagram private. And I was like, why? And then I make it private. And then I start seeing the people requesting me. And it was weird as shit. But like the guns of Instagram started requesting me. Just random pages about weed and guns started requesting me. My personal. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Shows you like who's looking at your profile.
Yeah, like to this day, I'll still get no caller ID calls to like my phone.
Your personal.
Yeah, and I'm like, what the fuck? That's why when you commented something, you're like, hey, nice nails, and I was like, just delete it.
Well, that was early on. Yeah, it's fucking with you, right?
Yeah, you're like, I'm not trying to hurt. I'm like, I don't care that you did this. I don't want anyone to have eyes on you guys.
Right, and connections, right?
Yeah, follow me, but I'm not following you back. Share it. I don't care, but just make sure you're not putting anything onto that profile.
To link the two.
Yeah, to link the two. Because they're not going to go through my who follows me. Hella people follow me.
Right.
But I was making sure you guys were good. I was making sure I was good to the best I could. It's just a different fucking world. And yeah, JT had to be an alter ego, dude. When I first started, I was having a lot of fun.
Like what? What does that look like? What does that fun look like?
It looks like female artists. Looks like Playboy bunnies. Some prominent strippers in San Francisco. VIP at all the clubs. Every show. It's fucking fun. It's an addicting lifestyle.
People don't realize because I didn't even directly ask you all the different things that you've seen, and so I'll just hearing your stories and whatnot. But the jewelry life, and I think especially being in the Bay Area here, and I think about naturally the correlation of rap music and the rap world, rap culture, and everything, and jewelry directly correlating that, right? Because a lot of the music that comes out, they talk about jewelry, their chains.
Yeah, it's jewelry, violence, and bitches.
Right.
In that specific culture, and then you kind of learn who's actually about what they're rapping about, they're making music about, who's completely full of shit, who just does it to get like lyrics and all that, and then you see who's like actually like a genuine person too at the same time.
Right.
Like there's more to the music than just that, and their music is more than just that. It's a fucking wild thing. And then in the Bay Area, because like people from where we grew up, like San Jose, Los Gatos, even fucking Gilroy, they think they're Bay Area, and I'm telling you, like you. Go north.
Right.
Go. It's way different. Like I go to San Francisco. I'm like, make a left turn on Market Street. Go to San Francisco. It's fucking different. And
what are some of the things that you saw? Like what like give me an idea. Like you reference, the smaller things, but like
in retrospect to what? Because I'll tell you anything.
Well, just what makes it so different? What makes you have to be so different? Because there's a natural level you have to carry yourself differently and act differently, but what makes it so different?
Let's put it like this: if we go out in Campbell, we don't give a fuck.
Sure.
We get drunk, we walk out.
Love that place. It's nuts.
Yeah,
I run Campbell.
The only the only trouble you're gonna run into is Brad and Chad. Someone running their mouth about daddy's money.
Sure.
Now we go to downtown San Jose. You don't like it, but to a certain extent, it's
I like it. It's not the first choice.
Yeah, Skinny Tyler grew into it.
Yeah,
Skinny,
okay,
bring back sexy Tyler, baby. But you go to downtown San Jose, now you're like, okay, there's homeless people here. Might have to look a little bit. Like, just be careful. Like, make sure we're all together. That's it.
Sure.
Dude, you go to Oakland. You go to San Francisco. You got to look for tinted windows. you gotta look like you can't go down that street. You gotta make sure if you're wearing anything shiny, it's tucked. Like when one of my first nights out, a couple times actually, I almost got it. One of my first nights out, I'm at a show for one of my artists, and we're about to go get tacos at this taco truck right next to the venue. And so I'm talking to a couple people who are at the party. And they're like, cool. I knew one of them, but then I didn't know his crowd. But like, they were cool. They're asking me questions about the jewelry, how much certain stuff costs. And I'm not picking up on this one dude's body language as he's slowly getting closer to me and trying to push me into the center of the circle. I don't pick this up at all. He's fidgeting. He's kind of looking over. And my security comes up and grabs me. He's like, no. Like, everything about that dude's body language. He kept trying to grab your necklace. He kept trying to grab this. He kept trying to, like, get behind you. It was just, it's bad. And I don't pick that up. And I'm like, okay, noted. Then one of my other nights out, we're at a taco truck in Oakland, and I'm wearing a Cuban, but I'm with my security, and I'm paying attention a little bit. Like, I can feel there's a weird vibe. A couple dudes are looking at me from across the street. I don't see a couple cars pull up, a couple dudes looking out their windows, boom, boom, boom. So my security backs his car up. We're parked. He goes in and backs it up. He changes it so we can just pull straight out. And as soon as we grab our food, he grabs me and goes, and then I literally see one of the dudes throw a gun into the car.
Damn, that's wild.
You're not San Jose. The only drama I think I'm gonna have is a homeless person or a knife. Yeah. I'm not worried about getting robbed at gunpoint in San Jose. In Oakland and San Francisco, I am terrified of getting robbed at gunpoint, and I've seen it a lot of my clients. That's where a lot was happening, like the bippers, just the actual thugs. Like
the bippers, what the fuck is that?
You know how all the car windows are getting smashed? Yeah. That's bipping.
Okay, the smash and grabs.
Yeah, that's
what
the
white folk call it.
Yeah, fucking sheltered folk, dog. It's not. It's bipping.
Bipping. All right.
Yeah. So it's a different world, and you don't see it too. Like, yeah, every now and then there is a smash and grab in San Jose.
Sure.
But in Oakland and San Francisco, it is rampant.
It's 24/7. You see it all the time. They're in broad daylight. They don't give a fuck. They go if you're on camera or not, they do it.
And it's getting worse because there's less regulations around it. They're literally less likely to get in trouble because you're supposed to.
No. Yeah, I knew I was gonna find my
observe and report. Observe and report.
This is the gateway in I wanted. Right.
That's the policy now. It's observe and report.
Yeah. And what is it now that it's not considered a felony if
under $1,000?
If it's under $1,000,
dude. So with my new line of work, we're talking to a pharmacy in South San Francisco. He doesn't have cameras or an alarm. We're like, brother, what are you doing? Like,
because he didn't even say that. So now you're doing security cameras. Now
we don't have
no
to
longer
get
JT.
We don't. Yeah, JT. JT's around. No, JT's around, dog. JT's got some moves.
JT's hiding still.
JT's just keeping it quiet. JT's got some moves coming.
Okay, all right.
JT's not done.
We'll make sure to tag the Instagram.
Yeah. There's some stuff on the way. I'll take another one too, brother. But yeah, so we're talking to a pharmacy in South San Francisco, and we're like, brother, you don't have cameras or an alarm in this area? He's like, what's the point? They're not going to get caught. And I'm like, okay, yeah, they're not going to get caught. You're right, but your insurance claim is like, I can't report any crimes here because my insurance will drop me. I get robbed twice a week.
What the fuck?
But if it's under
twice a week.
If it's under $1,000, it's not considered a robbery. And now the new law is he can not longer even try to stop the guys from robbing him. He's subject to get penalized for doing that.
Insanity. Makes me think about that motherfucker, that dog, Oliver Anthony. Oliver fucking Anthony.
You didn't want politics. You wanted Oliver Anthony.
I want it all.
You see he's on Rogan?
Yeah, I haven't watched that yet. I'm really looking forward to it.
No, Oliver, I'm you. That's Rogan Jr. right there.
Oh, stop it. Let's not cap.
Well, if you stop being so goddamn sensitive about what we talk about, you could really do it, dog.
My hairline's not receding yet, so I can't be Rogan. Look, I cut it short and everything. You'd see it.
Adam.
You see it. Come on.
Joe, look at me.
Come on.
Look at me.
Yeah, come on. Come on. I got all this hair. Joe, you look at me. Look at me. Look at you. I'm not bald, idiot. Imagine calling out Joe Rogan on the Tflip show.
We got to name that podcast Fuck Your Parks now.
There's
a direct correlation, dude.
Yoink it all.
We're going to blow up. Let me stop selling cameras. Let me become a podcaster with you.
I'd love to make a career of podcasting.
Fuck yeah.
It's fun to talk.
Yeah.
Bullshit. But it takes listeners. It takes sponsors. There's a lot that goes into it.
Yeah, you got to make good content.
Yeah, that's hard to do.
Not with me, it's not.
It's not? No? Sure it is. No, but you're talking about just how, especially in California specifically, how under $1,000 not considered a felony. This guy gets broken into twice a week, and he has to just sit there and watch.
Yeah, literally just watch.
And
then the observe and report law got passed, and you see what they did to Louis Vuitton?
No.
You didn't see that video?
I don't think so. The issue is which one. That is what's the problem.
So the moment that law got passed, that it's like observe and report, do not detain, do not try to stop.
Right.
About 50 dudes just ransacked Louis Vuitton.
It's like, wild. I mean, I think I've seen that video then. I think I know what you're talking about. There's a whole bunch of dudes. It looked like it was a big store, right?
Yeah,
and they just
grabbed everything.
And no one's doing anything.
They can't. Right. You're literally... And I was talking like doing this. I was talking to your liquor store, Santa Clara Liquors, about the new bill. And he's like, dude, and he's breaking down actual price points for me. He's like, yeah, that bottle is $1,000. However, to get that bottle, I can't just buy that bottle. I have to buy X amount, which costs me $10,000.
You have to buy the case or whatever.
He has to buy a whole package. So to replace that one bottle, I have to spend an additional $10,000. And I'm just like, it makes no, like, everything this state is doing is to put small businesses out of business.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit.
If COVID wasn't enough, these new laws are really trying to make that happen.
It's concerning, yeah, thinking about what is the motive. There's always ulterior motive. At every level of the government, I think there's always ulterior motive. I think my perspective is they're all fucking corrupt. Whether they're blue, whether they're red, I think everyone's corrupt to another level. Maybe some worse than others.
That's our boy Oliver's stance, baby.
That they're all corrupt, and that's how I truly feel. That's why I related a lot to his music. When Richmond, North of Richmond came out, that song's beyond powerful for the people that haven't listened to it.
You hear Doggone It yet? That's an older
one. I love it. Yeah, Doggone It's fantastic. I just sent it to my dad. Yeah, I love it. His music's just so much the message and the power behind it and everything.
And he's just a genuine dude.
So genuine. I mean, he's already turned down record deals and things like that.
And he never wanted to be political. Like, people, like, fucking... I'm not drunk enough to get fully into political talk. Because I almost said something. But,
now I know what you're going to say. I can't imagine what
I caught it.
Yeah, okay.
But he's like...
All right, John Neef.
Yeah, he's like, no, not that. But he's like, people want to frame it like all his music's political, which it's not. And that he's like a Trump supporter poster boy.
But it's both. No, they're saying he's extreme liberal, extreme conservative. It's just everyone is putting.
I haven't seen anyone call him a liberal.
I've heard both. I've seen both. It's absurd, and of course, it's more favored to him being Trump conservative. Supporter. Yeah, Trump supporter, conservative. But it's like if you listen to his music and take a dive in this, it's not what it's about. He's not for any level of politics. He thinks they're all corrupt.
What pissed me off about both sides is you want to take a 10-second clip. Like in this podcast right now, at some point in time, if I haven't already, you can cut 5 seconds of me looking like a piece of shit.
Sure, zero context. Yeah.
Zero context.
Exactly. That's our society.
In a long-form fucking interview, it justifies everything, and it was never meant to even go that way.
And well, that's a lot of what social media has turned into today, and media as a whole, is that people, they want quick consumption. That's what it is. I think about just as simple as my job at Cal High Sports, right? We're thinking about how can we get more engagement, right? And I said, simply, we need to shorten our highlights on social media. I said, it needs to be right there in your face, 5 seconds.
Highlights on social media, should be short and sweet. Then you should make a highlight video on YouTube if you want to see the full thing.
Exactly. And that's exactly what we're trying to do. And dude, the point is that it's quick consumption. That's what people want. They want instant
and that fucking consumption. I get it because I'm like that too, but it pisses me off because people's fucking attention spans are at 0 now.
Well, hang on. So, and this is where I draw the line, because it's not necessarily about the attention span as much. It is, at the end of the day, it is. It's the fact that people believe everything they see. They take what they saw, and they say, yep, oh, wow, look at that. That's crazy. I believe what the folks said. That guy's a piece of shit. I'm never going to believe him again. Everything about him without any. And then this is where cancel culture comes in. There's so many things that could get domino effect from there. I mean, you put that big old smirk on your face, but at the end of the day, that's simply what it comes down to.
No, I agree with you. I just
check it. It's got to go further than that.
Oh, how deep do we want to dive in this?
As deep as you want to go, buddy boy. It's just it and so my main thing is, as of recent, is that I don't understand. God bless Oliver Anthony. I'm glad that he brought attention to this. I'm so glad that he's getting the attention he's getting. I mean, you see him all over the news. I mean, even Fox News, CNN, all of them are talking about him. They brought him up in the presidential debate, didn't they?
Didn't
they reference him?
No, they played him. They played the song.
Played the song.
And then he goes, they played it on the Republican debate. because people think that's his demographic. That's who he's playing for. And he goes, I'm talking shit about everyone on that debate.
Exactly. And that's
perfect.
And but that is the level of attention I want to something like this with his message for the people that pay attention.
And let alone he's a man with principles and character, and he's genuine. Like what I really love about him is like a lot of the people I follow is like, we made the right guy famous. This dude gets on Joe Rogan and hasn't aired yet. One of the first things,
it aired today.
It did?
I think it came out today, this morning.
Okay, one of the first things he does, he reads a Bible verse. And I'm not trying to push religion on anyone, but people with religious backgrounds, you can agree with them, you can disagree with them, you can love them, you can hate them. They live their life by principle, by actual value, like their set of values.
Sure.
It's not just free flowing. It's not willy-nilly. It's not we're going to do whatever the fuck we feel like. It's like, I'm going to wake up, I'm going to believe this, I'm going to put my love here, I'm going to put my energy here, I'm going to put my faith here, and I'm going to live my life by these sets of rules. I'm going to fuck up at times, I'm going to apologize for that, I'm going to correct it. Mm-hmm. And you do not see that in today's world at all, which is why I'm so happy he got the spotlight.
Yeah.
And he literally said, I just want to go back to the woods, and that's it. I don't want the spotlight. And it's so fucking awesome because he's starting to embrace it a little bit.
It's pretty neat. Yeah, his media presence, his press readiness, and it's not the claim to fame. It's just
he doesn't care about the press.
My name's Oliver. I'm just kind of here, man. I just make music. I write about what I care about, and I just live in the woods. You know,
it's press readiness because he doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah,
he's not like, now's my chance, I'm gonna take it. He's like, cool.
Yeah,
didn't want it.
No, it's neat, and it's what I hope people get out of his music. If one song above the rest, obviously, Richmond North of Richmond, is why are we not more mad? Why are we not more mad? Did you watch that clip I sent? That's what really fired me up. I sent it to the group chat today. About it's one of the reporters were talking about just the song in general, but he's saying that was his main point. Why are we not more mad? I get taxed on everything. My dollar's worth less than it was last year. I get taxed upon the dollar that I make. I get taxed on the house that I own that I've paid off. I get taxed on the roads that I pay for, and the bridge has still been shut down. I get it's like, why are we not more upset? Why does it take a song to fire people up? But now the song's out, it's like, where are we at?
It's because, oh fuck, Tyler.
I knew I brought Oliver into this. I could get you, but it's the truth. It's the truth. No,
there's
more
a lot
people
of shit.
need to talk about this.
You know
man.
what? You know what? It's hard because now that's like, you know me. You know my stance. Anyone who follows me on Instagram knows my fucking stance.
Sure.
I checked today. A lot of them don't follow me anymore.
Yeah.
I was doing some deep dives on that because I'm like, oh, I like that. And I'm like, wait a minute. And I look, I'm like, they don't follow me anymore. Okay, yeah, dude. It's hard in that aspect because that's a real political thing. Like that's
you're referencing like why people are not more mad about it,
and the taxing and all that, because that's a real political thing. That's like a liberal conservative debate. It's like, hey, we need to tax this aspect, put money here, and the conservatives like, don't tax that, just fucking take this. That's a real political debate, which I'm cool with. Someone's gonna lose, someone's gonna win.
Right.
It balances out, and then it shifts back. That's how it should be. However, where it's at now is it doesn't make fucking sense. Fuck the taxes.
Right.
We're devoting so much money elsewhere. And you have this state. Okay, do you remember when COVID started?
Sure,
every liberal I knew was flexing Gavin Newsom. He's the next president, flexing him. And every liberal I talk to still loves Gavin Newsom. However, where's his presidential talk?
Right.
Because the country sees California as the worst state to fucking live in.
I was getting my hair cut, and I was in there, and on the news it came on was top 10 states to live in, and California wasn't even one. I was shocked to see that personally, not because I'm in favor of California.
The weather is the best. The climate in California, right. Southern's better than northern. However, you can go to the beach and the snow in the same day. You cannot do that anywhere in the fucking... Yeah. So
it's a unique place. It's
the weather is perfect.
I was just shocked again not to see him in the top 10. I was born. I mean,
it wasn't even in 10.
No, Wyoming was in the top 5. California wasn't even 10, dude. And this is according to the source was like a Wallet Hub. I actually remember his name that because I was like, well, according to who, yeah, and based off your income, what is all the technicalities to it? But California is not even in the top 10.
Dude, I'll tell you right now, if you're making $250,000, California's in the top 10. If you're under 200,
if money's not a problem, I would choose. Politics aside, I cannot stand Newsom. There's a lot in California I cannot stand policy-wise. But I think, like you said, there's just too much California has to offer. Otherwise, it'd make it hard to not live here.
I fucking hate humidity. I hate blazing heat. I hate freezing
excessive
cold.
Snow, yeah.
Dude, like I went through an ice storm in fucking Kentucky.
Yeah.
I never want to do that again. I really want to check out Florida. However, they have 7 hurricanes a year. I don't want to fucking deal with that.
I would want to go for the golf. For the shitty golfer that I am, I'd want to be there for the golf. Dude.
Fuck that, dude. I'm gonna because I hunt for balls, dude. I'm gonna fight off an alligator at some point. I
want just like Happy Gilmore. I'd want hit it right off.
I walk 27 years old with fucking 2 fingers on my left hand just because I'm like, I'll get that fucking ball back.
Gators are sick.
But it's like you can't beat the weather, and it sucks. Just because the country and states are supposed to shift. Mm-hmm. Can't go too far right. Yeah. Can't go too far left. However, if you look at it black and white right now, the most Republican areas versus the most liberal areas, I'm taking the right every time. You look at the liberals' poster boy cities of San Francisco and LA, those are both shit now. Mm-hmm. I don't know the most fucking conservative city, like actual city, but even New York's dog shit. But they're getting better, I guess. But state-wise, dude, New York, no one can afford New York. Right. No one even wants to afford California because of the fucking crime, and it's the most beautiful state.
You're right. Yeah.
It's a joke, and like we have to correct. But like that brings me back, like, where's the presidential talk for the best governor? Right. Because he fucked this city, and the rest of America sees it.
What I love is that more and more celebrities are bringing more and more attention to the crime in the state of California, and more specifically the city of San Francisco. The amount of celebrities, because San Francisco, years ago,
it's historical, dude.
It's historical. That was a place to be. It's a beautiful city. It was the Hollywood to some extent of the state. People travel across the world to go to San Francisco.
Well, technically, Hollywood was the Hollywood of the state.
Okay, but you know what I'm saying. Yeah. Something about the money and the celebrities.
Yeah, if you're going to California from out of state, you're either going to Hollywood or you're going to San Francisco. Exactly. That's it. Maybe Lake Tahoe, maybe.
Right, exactly.
But it's San Francisco, LA. If I'm in California, I'm seeing one of the two.
Precisely. So, and that's my point, is that now these celebrities are bringing attention, like, dude, what the fuck happened to San Francisco? Like, where has it gone over the years? It's fallen apart. The homelessness, the crime, the drug use, the filth. I mean,
the human feces on the sidewalk.
Exactly. And that's what I think about. Is like, I don't go to being born and raised in California, in the Bay Area. San Francisco is a 45-minute drive for me. I rarely go to San Francisco.
I loved it as a kid.
What's funny is I avoid it still. The few times I go, whether it's for a Giants game or there's, a bar people want to go check out. And I think about like our friends, they want to, group of friends I'm talking about when they go to San Francisco for the
No, which friends?
It's like,
what's the story there?
It's like I don't want to go. I love going out and a reason to go, cool bars, and like that bar we did go to in San Francisco is really cool. But so like the city itself is just disgusting, dude. It's gross. It's a gross place. It's gross.
It's fucking putrid. And then like because of the jewelry thing, I really see the other sides of it too. Like besides the grossness, like the actual crime, and people think the crime's only in these areas. No. I ask this question every fucking day. If you are someone who needs to get money, am I going to rob someone in a poor area who probably doesn't have money, or am I going to go to a nicer area to get that money? They're like, we're going to go to the nice areas. I'm like, that's exactly where people are getting robbed. It makes no fucking sense. I have nothing. I have no need to go to San Francisco. You like the Wharf? Monterey.
Right.
Nightlife? San Jose. Mountain View is great. A great club scene.
Mountain View, yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
It's not fucking worth it, dude. And like even tourists now are like avoiding it. Mm-hmm. It's sad and it's depressing because I grew up like I liked San Francisco. I always hated the city when I started driving. Like I won't drive in the city, but I'll go. I'll have fun. But now it's like it brings nothing to me besides vanity. JT loves vanity.
This JT character is really something. I think one of these days we gotta get JT in the studio.
Dude, we can get JT on the pod when I'm back.
JT's something else. Let
me get my 6-pack, a couple Cubans, a Rolex. We'll be back.
We're not smoking Cubans in this fucking studio.
Talking about chains, my boy.
Oh, you're on Kelsa's wave again. Not smoking the goddamn studio.
JT will smoke proof the studio if he wants.
What do you know about? He went to high school with us. I think about rap music. Tank the Kid.
Who the fuck is that?
Yeah, he has
Brother Brock.
No. I'll pull up his Instagram right now.
Do it on the... Come on, Jamie.
Jamie.
Pull up the 2018 Chevy Cruze.
Jamie me right now.
Pull up 2018 Chevy Cruze.
Dude, he has as many followers as we do on Cal High Sports.
We went to high school with him?
Yes, dude.
Is he younger? Is he our year? Is he older?
He's a grade younger than... You're going to recognize him right away when you see him. Because I'll be honest... Oh, no, he almost has as many followers as us.
What's his actual fucking name?
I forget. I barely knew... He was like an acquaintance. Like, I knew of him type vibe. I don't even know his name.
Oh, dude, you mean Tank? The kid?
Look at his profile picture. You recognize his face.
He's
a weirdo. He hung out with
Noah
Lake.
Shut the fuck up.
Dude, yes. That's what I'm saying. You know exactly who that is, right?
Yeah.
Dude, he's got 14K on Instagram almost. and not even about the clout, but like his music does good. I'm not big into rap. I like it. Sounds good, and he performs well, from what I've seen.
Is he actually?
From what I've heard, yeah. So I thought about reaching out to him. I was curious what you knew about me in the rap world and whatnot. If you had any paths crossed with him.
I'm telling you right now, based on where he grew up, if he's rapping about anything, he's fucking lying.
That's true. Grew into high school with us.
People just chasing clout. That's the shit that frustrated me. I called out so many fucking.
And I don't want to reach out because I'm worried like if I reach out to him, it'd be based off like a clout chase, right? Because that's not what I'm going for. It's just the fact that
I'm telling you right now, like you want to reach out to him because he's 14,000 on Instagram. However, your audience, my audience, the audience, I'm willing to bet a lot of those followers are paid for.
So, and as you bring that up, like one thing I look at, like here's him freestyling on TikTok. It has.
Can I listen to it? We don't have to put it on.
You get the gist?
It bothers me that I like it.
That's what I'm saying. So, and I'm not into rap, and I like it. He has good sound.
Because he makes. I know the kind of music he makes.
I think he produces a lot of his own stuff too.
My boy Banks does the same thing, and he makes pretty good music. He got that sound down.
Right. So, and I'm curious, like the algorithm and social media is so fucking hard. We all know that, right? But I think about how he has almost 14,000 followers.
I'm willing to bet a lot of those were bought.
Well, because it only has 1,200 plays. And I mean, look, I could scroll to the bottom of the likes. Like that's maybe less than 100.
It's bought, dude. You can buy a shit ton of followers.
That's what I'm
saying.
I
fucking got offered. I got like, dude, a fucking couple $100 will get you like 10,000.
Really?
Yeah. Fucking so many fucking.
Like, while I have this open, let me look at how many followers JT has, just while we're on here.
I
like,
should be at 2,000 something, 2,400,
25,
2,500,
2,507.
Yeah, dude, that's all natural, and I'm still getting followers, and I haven't even been posting.
Right. No, it's interesting to me. So I was just curious, you being in the rap world, if you knew much about him, because I've followed him for a long time. He follows me. I think he even follows the podcast.
Because my rap world scene was like, I wasn't in the rap world scene. I was in the actual culture. Like everyone I knew making music was rapping about their actual life. There was no one just making music to make music.
Right. I know nothing about what his music's necessarily about, and I don't even know how to digest that. We got sidetracked from Oliver. How dare we disrespect Oliver?
First of all, how did Oliver even get brought? Oh. Okay, so we went from Cushma back to Kentucky to me turning down a scholarship.
Able to track down the last hour we've talked?
Yeah, we went. Okay, so welcome back. Yeah. Grandma's dead. Hey, guys. So
what an open. What an open. Grandma's dead.
Grandma's dead.
Dead.
I can't play football anymore. And I got the scholarship I fucking wanted to. That pissed me off.
Grandma was selfish.
She was.
Selfish bitch.
You knew it. No. I'm supposed to be the one to say it.
Oh, sorry. Did I take your line?
Did I tell you how I found out?
No. She died?
I'm at Rancho golfing with my brother-in-law, and I'm about to putt on the 9th hole. We're playing against each other. I'm like, if I make that putt, I win.
You're like 25 over through 9. It's great.
I was Rancho's rules. I was 17 under.
Rancho rules. This is a course. They got par 7s on what's a par 3 course. Absurd, but
me and my brother are competing, and I think I'm like, if I make the putt, I win or tie. And I'm about to putt. My sister calls me like, "What's up, Case?" She's like, "Grandma's dead." She's in tears, and I'm like, "What?" And I drop my putter, and my brother's like, "What's up?" And I'm like, "My grandma's dead." And he like, we're talking. And I'm like, I'm going to the car. I'm like, "Fuck, I lost. I didn't make the putt."
You're thinking about the putt.
I'm thinking about the putt. No, but then we got into JT. You fucking made me get into politics. I didn't want to get into politics.
Barely got into politics. You're full of shit.
I made another one. I almost went. If this was finished, Tyler, did you remember that smirk?
Yeah, I saw your smirk.
I'm about ready to tell you what that smirk was about.
Oh, come on. Tell me what it's about. Don't be a pussy.
Is everyone in the chat familiar with? Is everyone in the chat familiar with Alex Jones?
Hello, Alex. I had no idea what to do.
I want that one.
No, it's fine. I got you a cold one. I just forgot I used this bottle to like break the ice.
So
I just didn't know what to do at that point. Do I get on the carpet? Do I?
No. Is everyone familiar with Alex Jones? Can you insert the clip of going, "I'm kind of fucking retarded"?
Look, here's the thing. Fine. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded. In that.
I don't even think I need to insert the clip. If people just hear that tone of voice and everything, they know exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Can we be honest with each other?
I nothing shy.
Aside from the Sandy Hook shit, which he's very adamant about.
It was not. I mean,
Look, he's dying on that hill. He is dying on that hill. I don't know why. He's dying on that hill. So aside from that, can we be honest with each other real quick?
Is this hot take Jake coming in?
It might as well be, dude, because I might lose a relationship over this. Tyler, look at me.
Ice is not breaking up.
He's been right about a lot of shit. An uncomfortable amount of shit.
You know what I don't want him to be right about? Is that he says that he had a source that says mask mandates and all that are coming back and everything, and that it's
They are. They're bringing back restrictions. Restrictions. Fucking. When does this come out? In 2 weeks? 3 weeks?
2 weeks, 3 weeks, yeah.
2 weeks.
Accurate.
By March of next year, at the latest, there will be mask mandates being talked about, if not already enforced. I guarantee it. You have an election coming up. You have a fucking president who everyone is trying to say is the good guy, even though he's fucking clearly not. So he either has to postpone a pandemic till Trump gets in office, which if he was favorable, he would. However, he's not favorable. He's actively going to court right now. He's been impeached, or he's
been arrested.
No, Biden. I'm talking Biden.
I thought you were talking about Trump.
No, I'm talking Biden. He's actively in court right now with his son, going over that shit. He was.
And you like how quiet all that is? Because I didn't even fully know that.
You
It's
can't.
so quiet.
No. I'm called a fucking conspiracy theorist because I know about it, dude. Yeah. It's fucking stupid. So he's going to court right now. He was impeached, if not almost was impeached. Like Congress passed a vote. I don't know what the fuck happened there. So in my eyes, soon as it's the election year, he's going to try to pivot any attention off of him. There's going to be a new pandemic. I guarantee COVID obliteration variant is going to come or some fucking stupid shit.
Well, no, they have a whole new variant. They've talked about it. He was asked recently in a public presser, I think he was leaving an event or something like that. They asked Biden, like, Mr. Biden, can you say anything about the new variant and whatnot?
You're going to have to cut this if you want this on YouTube. We can't talk about COVID.
That's fine.
They'll flag it, dude.
It's not like I get a bunch of views anyways. Whatever.
Let's hope.
You know what's funny is my best downloaded podcast, so being Spotify, Apple Podcasts, everything.
Corona bottle in my ass.
No.
Oh, cut that.
Yeah, no, you already exposed yourself. Is the episode Shane and I were talking about Governor Newsom. I literally called him King Newsom throughout the episode, and then COVID, and then I called it the pandemic, all that.
That's your best one?
That
oh, you put it on Spotify too, right?
It's on Spotify, everything.
Oh, fucking keep this shit. Cut what I... No, you can keep the Corona bottle.
There's only a few cuts afterward.
The Corona bottle's like the highlight of the last episode. We can keep that, and it's happened again since then.
You put another bottle up your ass? When did you do it?
Zach's wedding.
Why is it a party trick now? I just realized the camera was on me the whole time. You just see my facial reaction to like, you did it again? I didn't know you did it again. Jesus Christ.
I have a unique talent.
You put a Corona bottle just like this one up your ass 2 different occasions.
805 in Truckee.
Oh, 805 was the stubbies. That's a chode.
Yeah, dude.
Hang on. No, it doesn't justify it. Hang on. You put 3 different beer bottles up your ass. I don't like that I'm justifying it for your case. I don't want the stuff. It doesn't count. I was almost defending you. Hang on. No.
I thought you were this close to saying, like, I could have done 805 bottle.
God, no. Absolutely not.
But, yeah. And, the worst part is the 805 looks easy, right? Couldn't do it. I was laughing.
Never once looked at
I was laughing too hard.
That looks easy.
I kept clenching. I was laughing too hard. I was like, boys, you got to shut the fuck up if I'm going to do this for you.
You're doing this in front of a group of people?
Yeah, the groomsmen. Oh, my God. Wait. A lot has happened since last episode. Can we talk about Vegas?
What about it? My Vegas, your Vegas. I mean, there's
Zach's bachelor party.
Okay, let's hear it.
Never mind.
Someone tells me JT went to Vegas.
Jake went to Vegas.
Uh-huh. Right.
Jake lost $6,000.
I remember that. You've told me that. He lost an absurd amount of money.
I can't go into a lot of details.
But that was the year you bet on the Eagles, right? Sore subject.
Hold on, I've lost so much money in Vegas.
Yeah, you didn't lose $6,000. You lost more than $6,000.
So the first time I went to Vegas before Zach's wedding
with your nephew.
My nephew, it was his 21st birthday. I put my entire Vegas budget on the Phoenix Suns to win Game 5.
Yeah, and how'd that
Suns
go
and over.
year?
Suns and over. Uh-huh. Everyone's like, the over's never gonna cover, Jake. No. Over covered in the third fucking quarter. All Devin Booker has to do is make one fucking layup, and I win. He missed a fucking layup. Fuck Devin Booker and fuck the Phoenix
I feel
Suns.
like you and your sports betting history is just terrible. You do. Hang on, I'll give you credit that you make predictions. You'll make bets that they get absurdly closer than I would ever imagine. Like, damn.
That's what pisses me off. I need to fix what I bet.
They're never blowouts. You're never so dead wrong.
No, I have to stop betting Super Bowl winning. I have just get to the AFC Championship.
Right. You bet the Eagles to go to the Super Bowl. And they win the NFC to win the Super Bowl. And I'm like,
and Hurts to win MVP. And Hurts to win MVP.
I was like, all these different things. And early in the season, the Eagles were not the team that they were. Obviously going to NFC Championship. But at that point in time, it's like, you're going Eagles to the Super Bowl.
And Hurts. And I was riding Hurts with MVP. And my sorry. Did I actually do something right there?
We were big toe on big toe right there.
I did not feel it.
I did. I didn't like that.
But so my logic was that as soon as Josh Allen got Stephon Diggs, his game as a quarterback improved tremendously.
Sure. So now Jalen Hurts gets
gets A.J. Brown, right. And that trade happened on draft day.
Yep.
And the moment that trade went through, I called my bookie, meaning I walked upstairs and spoke to my dad. And I said, I want 100 on the Eagles to win the Super Bowl, and I want 100 on Jalen Hurts to win MVP. He goes, Jake, the Eagles are 18-1 to win the Super Bowl. I said, I want 200 on the Eagles to win the Super Bowl, and I want 100 on Jalen Hurts to win the MVP.
And that's what I remember I was giving you shit when you made that bet. I was like, the Eagles, there's so many other favorites you could go for, and even less risky ones that there's still money to win.
Fuck Patrick Mahomes and whatever he snorted in that goddamn locker room at halftime.
Oh, they injected his shit.
That motherfucker,
he couldn't cracked out.
He couldn't walk at halftime, and he scampered 30 fucking yards in the third quarter, dude.
Did you watch that? Did you watch the NFL docuseries on Netflix? About the quarterback.
No, I haven't watched it yet.
You gotta watch it, dude. Because first of all, everyone has so much slander against Kirk Cousins. You love Kirk Cousins by the end of that. You're like, okay, I don't care how mediocre this guy is at the quarterback position. You love him.
I do like Kirk Cousins. I think he's average, but I like him. And then he borderline is, if you look at numbers alone, which you can't, but if you look at numbers alone, the dude is top 10 every year.
100%. I agree. And he's a very safe fantasy quarterback, too. He does really well in fantasy. He's not going to give you Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson.
If I'm taking fantasy advice from anyone, it's you.
Hang on. I don't like the sarcasm behind your voice there. There's a level of sarcasm.
Let's not go with the fact that you lost the league last year.
Touching a sore subject,
Let's
buddy.
not go with the fact you would have won the league this year, but quit because you didn't want to do the punishment. With the punishment, by the way.
No, you guys had some crazy ass tyranny of a government that I had to do it by.
What the fuck is tyranny?
Tyranny.
Tyranny?
Tyranny. You know what the fuck I'm saying. The fact you're correcting me on that small of a word.
Let's go back 2 years ago when you traded me DK Metcalf for Julio Jones.
I don't even remember that.
You had DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett. Said I need to get
I remember that. Oh, I had the combo. And yeah, because one would do great. The other one would do shit. And I'm like, one's got to go. And
I traded you Julio Jones on the Titans for DK Metcalf.
Oh, that was robbery.
And you walked
on the Titans.
You walked away going, I think I won this trade.
I don't remember that part. I just remember
it was like week 1 or 2, and Julio was outscoring DK to that point.
Yeah.
And you're like, I won this trade, and Julio got hurt the rest of the year in like week 4.
I just know last season I made some robbery of trades between Clarence and Leland. I just know that, and then I sold out because I was panicking. I sold the team.
Yeah, and you're like, punishment kicks in next year, right? And we're like, no.
Why did it matter when the punishment happens? As long as before the start of the next season, I feel like it's that simple. Felt like it's a very fair argument.
I mean, I understand. So let's get political. I understand both sides.
Political?
Well, yeah, you got the left versus the right. You're clearly the left in this one. You want everyone to feel good.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Do you know how much of a pain in the ass it was to correct all of those picks?
Good. I'm glad I caused some chaos. Now I'm long gone.
I had to do it one by one, round by round, and then I had to match which round went where.
Love it.
And it's like, first of all, I kept Frank's pick, so I'm winning the league this year. I get 2 first-round picks
because you guys made that trade during that chaos.
Yeah, well, no, we made the trade. You left, so I can't just have the person who takes over your team instantly win the fucking league.
Right.
Because you had 17 picks in 10 rounds.
I had a lot of picks. I would have been a busy guy.
You had 3 firsts, 2 thirds, 3 fifths,
Yeah.
couple sixths.
Keep in mind, I was in the middle of my peak of trying to lose weight at a rapid rate. So for me to talk, I was on a full diet plan, full meal plan. And
$500
because I was not gonna spend 24 hours in a fucking IHOP.
So eat the
I was gonna spend maybe 5 hours. I was convinced I was gonna eat a fuck ton of pancakes.
All you had to do was eat 19 pancakes then.
Yeah, but you act like 19 pancakes.
Syrup's the heaviest part of that. Just don't put syrup on it. Put a little bit of butter. Little bit of butter.
God,
little bit of butter.
Stale, dry pancakes.
butter, dude. Butter.
If I'm
Fresh
doing
pancakes? Fresh pancakes with butter?
We're talking about Denny's or IHOP pancakes. Like, they're dry as shit.
You could have gone somewhere nice. But
You're telling me that you're going to go to IHOP. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're going to get the big old
hold
fucking
on,
pancake.
Hold on. You're not a fucking saint, dude. You weren't Mr. Pristine. You could have, and now those are the best fucking pancakes you've ever had.
Yeah, but you know how I get when I get high. After I smoke, I'm going to sleep after a certain amount of time. I'm done.
Kills hours in IHOP, right?
No, because I don't want to be there for hours. That's the whole point. I didn't do it anyways, so you could fuck off, and I'm glad I caused chaos after I left the league.
Look, aside from this, I don't think your listeners want to talk about fantasy football. Can we go
I'm talking about my punishment that I don't think I deserve to do.
Can we go back to Alex Jones?
Oh, God. Yeah, he's about Sandy Hook. Jesus Christ.
I said I don't want
to. You're about Sandy Hook. You said Alex Jones is 110% around Sandy Hook. Clip it and ship it. Jake Rhine said it.
What did we say at the beginning of this? Fuck these 10-second clips. Can we talk about Alex Jones and Sandy? If you clip that.
It's so easy. Just like you said, out of context, it's so easy. I could get so much.
Can you actually,
ad revenue would go crazy.
Can you actually make a highlight tape, like edit like the cut ups like that Two Bears One Cave does, like yeah, like you know how it's like different segments, like just one sentence all mashed together.
You have to. I mean, I understand what you're trying to explain to me. I've never seen it, so you have to send it to me.
Well, it's like, think of like a trailer of an episode. Like here's what's coming. It's like, you said this, and then it just switches to the next scene. What? Just random sentences.
Okay.
You can easily cut me going, can we talk about Alex Jones and Sandy Hook? And then just clipped. And then
That's all I would need, and people would be like, Jesus Christ. Just my dad alone, dude.
Sold.
That'd be the easiest trailer for my dad, because he doesn't often watch podcasts. He's not a podcast guy, whatever. It has to be something special, and even then. If he were just that, he goes, hang on, and I could put that clip at the very end of the episode. Let's say this is a 3-hour episode. He would sit there for 2 hours and 45 minutes to wait for that little bit to hear what it was. He goes, you fucking kidding me? I watched this whole thing for that.
The good news, Craig, you're going to enjoy this episode. Now, I said I want to talk about Alex Jones. Sure. I said except Sandy Hook. I don't know why he wants to die on that hill. I Jake Rhine, fully disagree with his stance on Sandy Hook.
Did you see that? I had camera switch the shit out of you. I camera switch the shit out of you. I just go to my camera, look over, cut back to you. No, this isn't drunk and disorderly. This isn't fuck your parks.
God damn it, dude. But can we talk about how much shit he was actually right on?
Like what? Dive into it. Like, enlighten me. I might know, I might not.
You know I'm a big Kennedy guy.
I know you're a Kennedy cocksucker. What's up, cocksucker?
Yeah, what's up, cocksucker?
Yeah.
Like the fucking that there's actual chemicals in the water, and what those chemicals do has been shown to like actually fucking genetically mutate frogs.
There's a lot of theories that he's not right or wrong on.
No, that was proven right. Yeah. To the extent it's actually in a large supply of water is still up for debate.
Jamie, pull that up.
Jamie, 2018 Chevy Cruze.
We gotta get a media guy.
Can we get a poster of a 2018? If I pay for it, can we hang it up right there? Just a 2018 Chevy Cruze.
No.
Why?
Why would I want a 2018 Chevy Cruze posted
We're just looking
up on
at
my
fucking
wall?
blue walls.
Yeah, because it's not done. This is the first recording here. We're not.
What's gonna go there? What's gonna go there?
You're missing the point. We're not gonna even talk about this. I can tell you later. Let's stay on top.
What is better than a 2018 Chevy Cruze?
A Tacoma.
Fuck you, Kelso.
You're so fired up right now.
But he's swiped up on my story 3 times.
Oh, what? Did you tell him you're coming here?
No, I posted it on my story.
I know, but did you tell him before that?
Oh, fuck no.
Oh, he probably has his feelings hurt then. I'm sure he has his feelings hurt.
Whoa. What the fuck? What the fuck is
Yeah, I told you. I knew he'd get his feelings hurt. I told you.
I'm surprised he's not here already.
Yeah, I actually would have thought he would have just showed up.
Yeah, we've been like, all right.
Cigar
pause.
lit. He would crawl underneath the garage door, already lit, plop his ass down like,
you think I give a shit?
Who do you think you are?
Well, no, we're having a fucking educated discussion here that's gonna make me look very bad by the end of this.
It's barely educated. You know, there's some level of logic, but
It started with a lot of education. We literally talked about education.
please tell more.
Nah, it's just a lot of the shit he said. Not all of it.
Not all of it. Big disclaimer. Big asterisks around that.
Not even most of it.
Some of it.
A lot of it.
Oh, well, hang on.
Well, because he's talked about a lot of things. If he's talked about thousands and thousands of things, couple hundred's been right. It doesn't.
I'll have to do a little more research because I take him as a grade A conspiracy theorist.
He is.
But like the point he's.
But
Gotcha,
you saying
but
the amount of people in the government are corrupt, that's a conspiracy.
Sure. You're correct on that.
But it's
but
literally
he is throwing out my conspiracy is a preschool level conspiracy. He is throwing out fucking to the
Speaking of
Mars
schools.
Speaking of that's fucked. That was good, but that was fucked. That's not funny. We are not laughing right now. That's not funny. See, that's a good clip. See, that is a good clip right there. That is called clip it and ship it. That's what a good clip looks like, buddy. Is that the type of clips you see on Two Bears, One Cave right there? Yeah, exactly.
fucking like one of the clips. So I'm a big Two Bears, One Cave fan, and Birds has Joel McHale on, the dude from Community. Have you ever seen Community?
No.
It's a great show. I think it's on Hulu or Netflix. You should watch it. It's like a really good sitcom. One of the
I don't
last
have the
good
attention
ones.
span for TV shows.
We talked about that earlier too, Tyler. Increase your fucking attention span.
I have undiagnosed ADHD.
You liked The Office, I thought. Like you started hating it and then you liked it.
The Office?
Yeah.
Well, I watched it, stopped watching it, started watching it, had jaw surgery, binged all of it.
Okay, so get surgery and watch
no.
Community. Okay, so Joel McHale you might recognize. Good actor, handsome guy. But he has him on, and one of the clips is like Bert's trying to talk about Steve Harvey. And he's like, yeah. He's trying to talk about Steve Harvey, and they're talking about each other's funerals. Like, oh, who do you want to speak at your funeral? He's like, oh, I want Bernie Mac to speak at my funeral. And Joel McHale goes, well, have I got some bad news for you? And he goes, what? And he goes, he's fucking dead. And he goes, Steve Harvey.
Good stuff. CJ mixed those two up, huh? Apparently.
Yeah, but yeah, like shit like that. Like clips, I'm gonna ruin my fucking career. You smell that?
You know what the issue is? That's a neighborhood skunk. I'm not even kidding you. There's a neighborhood skunk.
God, Tyler, your fucking garage.
I know. The door's wide open.
If that thing fucking comes in here, I swear to God.
How good the content would be.
Do you know how fucked that would be for work?
No.
I only make money if I sell. Who's gonna buy something from a dude who smells like shit?
What is it called when you don't have a sense of smell? You could be blind. You could be deaf.
COVID. It's got to be on a spectrum. Smells.
It's got to be somewhere on there.
But fuck. Oh my God.
I gotta take a piss break. I've been holding it for a long time. I think I'm just gonna pause the recording. Go take a.
Let's
piss.
do it. Let's pause it.
All right. The best part is I've already clicked record, so you know now you're talking about taking the shirt off. If you want to take the shirt off, you can take the
We
shirt
gotta
off.
cut this part because like you just gotta intro it back with the shirt. Should I take the shirt off? Chat. Shirt on or off?
Who's this? Oh wait, Alipie.
Yeah, that's
I play
Pie.
football with him.
Yeah, that's Pie. That's my
How's that
boy.
going? He just followed me.
Yeah, you're welcome, dog. That's the influence JT has.
Jake posted it.
JT's coming back.
Oh, that's actually a sick picture. Well done.
Listen to the song.
Nice.
Welcome back to the Tflip Show, episode 22. Here with star, stud, and most popular guest. First to reoccur, might I add, right?
Yes.
Am I the first repeat?
You are. I gotta be selective with my repeats because you don't want to reuse content.
Well, it's like
I know that we're good conversationalists.
yeah, it's like someone you know said like, "What the fuck are they going to talk about?" You can't just bring back anyone like.
She's in your head rent free after that.
So
That's crazy. It got you
pissed.
that bad. Why did it get you so bad?
Because it's like, I could understand if I'm just your buddy, we're just gonna laugh and
It's
drink.
not that deep. It's not that deep. You know, it's not
Fucking
that
was,
deep.
dude. It was. That came from a malicious place.
No, it did not.
Yes, it did.
From her of all people, malicious.
Malicious. All right, back to Sandy
The
Hook.
top sips of the beer are so warm, dude.
Yeah, how the fuck
Well, you nursed that one.
I've been nursing all of them. Like, I look at you and I see you're about to finish, and I'm halfway done, and I finish it. I panic.
What's your problem?
I guess I'm a fucking pussy.
Yeah.
So we took a break. We have strayed into every topic I wanted to avoid.
How do you feel about hookup culture?
And I do think so. A while ago, like an hour ago or so, I did talk about how there's no values in this culture right now. How like people of religion who live their life based on religion. The one thing I appreciated about Kentucky is like they have values, they have principles. You don't have that anymore. I think hookup culture and the lack of values is ruining like actual meaningful relationships.
Here's what I think.
Now, I don't think there's anything wrong with hooking up.
No. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah, I fucking loved it.
What I think is that there's an absurd amount of double standards. Hear me out.
I fucking agree with you.
And this might come across as a hot take.
Like, it's going to come across as misogynistic, which I've been called several times.
And it's not even about men. Well, no, it is about men versus women. I'll say that.
Fuck them bitches.
It's.
I'm kidding.
I
I'm
won't
kidding.
say
I'm kidding.
that.
No, put that on me. I am so kidding. I respect, I appreciate all women.
It's the fact that because the long term cliche, the stereotype has been that, you know, men are badasses and dope dudes if they sleep with a lot of girls, this and that, and so on and so forth, right? And whereas girls, if they do it, is, oh, you know, they're dirty, they're whores,
sluts, yeah.
they're whatever it is. You
So
know?
you're saying that's the double standard issue?
Well, no, let me finish the thought. That is the stereotype.
Yes.
Whereas now it's become this thing, and I'll bring up rap music. Whereas women rap artists is like promoted now, and I'm not against it in the slightest. I think there's a lot of very, very talented women in the rap.
Can you name your favorite?
No, I could not. I don't have a favorite. First of all, I don't.
So you don't like women rappers?
It's not what I'm saying. I have a clip of you, buddy, about country artists and women, and so you don't want to go there. Exactly. Go ahead and try me, pal. Go ahead and try
You're just
me.
gonna insert that into this episode.
Exactly. You just tried to trap me, and guess what? It backfired so quick.
You were trapping yourself, Tyler.
I was not trapping myself, because let me finish the thought. Is that now it's promoted that women should do what they want. They should be able to sleep with whoever they want, and as they should. The issue is now it's promoted that women should play games with men and fucking with their feelings and fucking with their head. Because I think the standard is switching, that men are becoming, not all of them, but a large number of them become more motivated to be, you know, more loyal, more mature above all. Not even loyal. I'll say more mature, I think, is a better way to describe it. Of saying, you know, like, hey, I'm into you, you know, let's do this, let's do that. And women are like, yeah, sure, let me add you to my roster. That's the thing now.
You're speaking on a personal point.
No, I'm not. I knew I had a feeling you were going to say that. But
You're speaking on. I won't get into it.
No, I'm not. I mean,
there's some
a level
resentment coming.
I mean, there's a level of some, you know, firsthand experience, but I wouldn't say that's where it's really coming from. It's in general. I see it on social. I mean, I have an issue. I scroll way too much on Instagram Reels. I deleted TikTok because I use it too much. Now I'm on Instagram Reels like it's TikTok.
It's the same fucking thing,
It's
Tyler.
the same fucking. I know it is, and I'm addicted thoroughly. I'll admit it. The point is that it's like all I see on there is, you know, oh, add another man to my roster, or it's like one of the memes, and I get it, they're jokes. I'm not gonna take it that serious. One of the jokes was I saw one is like, you know, oh, I'm gonna text all the guys on my roster and say, you know, thanks for the flowers, and then shut off my phone for 3 hours and watch the chaos ensue. And that implies like this is a genuine guy, you know, and it's like, oh, I didn't send you roses. Why are you getting roses? And it's just like, it's fuck. And I get it. It's a joke. It's a meme. But it's just like the culture that's changed from that. So that ties into hookup culture, and everything that's changed is like, why are we so toxic? All of us are toxic.
So it comes from this. Before I get into fucking anything, I know.
Like literally like fucking anything?
Before
or like
I get into anything, I know no matter what I say right here, someone is going to highlight a bad point or take what I'm saying the wrong way. So I need to say it like this before I go into it. I respect all women. I do think there is a patriarchy. I do think women are still mistreated. I do think there's a lot of issues that do need to be corrected.
I agree with all that.
I fully,
Right.
especially in the workforce, especially in a lot of other areas, there's a lot of things that do need to be corrected that women are still victimized and taken advantage of on. Now, how this started was women empowering themselves and bringing power back to them, which is good in theory, but the result is not. You are now saying like, hey, we're going to take power back, fuck these dudes. But in doing that, how you are acting is now getting rid of a lot of guys like myself who genuinely want to be loyal, genuinely want family, genuinely want marriage, genuinely want all these things, and want to love and respect you. Nothing makes me happier than getting my girlfriend something, than holding the door open for her, than putting her away from the street, than getting like taking care of her, doing things with her, loving her, and all of that. However, when you want to be fuck, Tyler, this is going to make me look so bad, dude. But when you want to be promiscuous, when you want to play those games, when you want to do all that fuckery, all you're doing is turning guys like myself off. And all the guys that are left are the dudes that love it because they don't give a fuck. You're only attracting immature, shitty men.
And they play, but those men will play the same game. And
they'll play,
and then that's when men ain't shit.
And women find out very quickly that like we're all the men I like. And you know what? They're the men who have principles, values, and a lifestyle that they want to uphold. And you know what they don't have time for? That bullshit. I'm not saying you shouldn't respect yourself. I'm not saying you shouldn't empower yourself. I'm saying do it in a way that when you look back on it, we're all going to have regrets on the shit we did, but don't throw away doors, dude. Like, don't permanently close doors. Doing that shit, you're going to close doors. And you can't open those. And you're going to look around like, oh, I'm having fun. Yeah. Why can't I find a guy to stick around now? Why can't I find a guy who does these things for me? Why can't I find a guy who wants to do this for me? Because those dudes saw that and were like, I don't need it. More men now are subject to say, I don't even want to get married because there's no girl like that anymore.
That's a big thing. I'm glad you brought that up. It's more and more common now that men, coming from men, do not have any interest in getting married.
But
I'm sure there's a statistic to it. I don't know off the top of my head.
There is. I don't know the number. I was looking at it today. Besides the fact that, like, in a divorce, your lady can take half.
Right.
Whether she did anything or not, she can take half. It's the fact that men are looking at present women going, I don't want that. And then you add in the risk of marriage has always been on the men. She can walk away with half. Any given time. If I'm a successful dude, she can walk away with half.
Right.
So you add that with the fact that now it's like I'm not even attracted to these girls long term. I don't want a girl who's going to the club every weekend. I don't want a girl who is doing all of these things.
Well, and so the only thing I will jump in and say is that it's not as...
God, my girlfriend's going to dump me after
Well, it's not even... It's not even about, like, what they're doing. Because, like you said, like, going out...
But it's how they conduct themselves. I want the same way women want a man to conduct himself in a mature way.
Sure.
Hold himself to... And not even the ways they think I'm talking about, even though it's exactly what they fucking want. I want a lady to act like a lady, hold herself to a certain extent, flex your shit. You are a bad bitch. If I want an attractive girl, I want a bad bitch. I want her to know she's a bad bitch. I want her to express herself in that way. However, there's a level of respect on both sides of a relationship. There's a level of maturity on both sides of a relationship. Yeah. There's a level of how you present yourself and your significant other on both sides of a relationship. The same way girls don't want their men doing all this shit, men don't want their girls doing all this shit. However, if we say that, we're now controlling you and telling you what to do. But if you say that, you're setting a boundary, and if I don't respect it, I'm a piece of shit. I'm a piece of shit no matter which side I stand.
It's a trickier... It's definitely a layer of thin ice to cover. There's a lot that you say I agree with, and it's not about controlling. I definitely don't think about that. It's the fact of... I think about, like... Let me back up. It's interesting because before our generation, I can't help but felt like it was very neutral. Think about men and women and the game of dating. Meeting guys, meeting girls, this or that.
Toss me one on ice.
Let's give a few more minutes. I just put him lower in there. Or you got to play catch up. You're worried about
playing catch up, dude. You're not going to fucking lap me right now, jackass.
I was about to lap you.
I know. That's why you wanted it. I'm looking at that one half done. I had to chug that
I'll tell you this. I was only going to have 6. Only. Going to have 6.
Was that's 5?
I'm in the halfway through 5.
We can only have 6, Tyler. I only got a fucking 12
I was
back.
going to let you. Yeah. I was going to let you. I wasn't going to outdo you. you're gonna match me, whether it's 2 hours later or.
I didn't even think of that. I thought I got an 18 pack for a second. And fucking
No, 9.
fucking
9.
Dude, 6 is not far from 9.
Not
dude.
like it's a Wednesday night.
I came here only wanting 3.
I said the choice is yours, and you said 6 or 12, and you asked me 6 or 12.
God,
and
if I
do
would
you
have
want
added
me to choose,
if I would have added 18, would you have chosen 18?
I would have chosen 18.
Oh
I didn't work today. I don't have to go into the office until later. I've gotten a lot of shit done today, so I was like, 12.
Respect it. Okay, go
Did you
back.
expect anything less out of me?
No, but I was like, you know what? This is the Tflip show. He holds himself to a really Rogan-esque
Yeah.
standard, minus the viewership. So he's got to build
Minus
it up.
the viewers.
He's
A
gotta be
lot of
professional.
views. And the sponsorships, the ad
But he's
revenue.
he's building an audience. He's got his platform. This is gonna be a professional show. And you fucking come in here and you trap me into talking about Alex Jones and Sandy Hook.
I brought up nothing of Alex Jones. I brought up nothing of Sandy Hook.
Yeah, but you brought up
both
you
those
brought up the
individuals.
beers, and by the third beer, you, like Grant, you fucking clip. Hold on.
Oh.
If we pause it right now and you go back like an hour and a half ago to me smirking, it's me only having 2 beers going, I could talk about Alex Jones and I'm not going to. And then you flash forward 2 beers and I'm only talking about fucking Alex Jones. No, I'm not fucking Alex. God damn. I'm done. My career's over. My relationship's over. JT's back.
Oh, man.
Fuck.
This is good stuff right here, mate. It's easy. It's easy.
I love you, babe.
Yeah.
All right, back to Sandy Hook.
You know the best part was I was getting deep about dating culture and
Oh yeah, go
whatnot.
back to that.
Yeah,
Look like a
I
misogynist.
try,
Take the spotlight off me.
Yeah. I wasn't even. No, I was gonna make
So
you
you
look
said-
like
you
more of a
said-
misogynist personally,
You
but
fucking sucker.
no, that's not. Where I
Okay,
was
so
going
you
with
said it's not about control. It's not about all this because I was talking about the levels to it, and if men express one thing, it comes off this way, and we
Yeah.
agree it's not about that.
right.
So what were you going into?
I backed it up even as far as I think about, because like anything and everything, there's trends, there are cycles. That's just
Mountains are gray.
I tried to warn
Okay,
you.
there's
in
trends, there's
time.
cycles.
And I can't feel like before our generation, it was just very neutral. You know, the man's the gentleman, the girls are, you know, these reserved, you know, shy, whatever it is. I just can't feel like I think about old timer culture. I just feel like that's how it was and how.
So old timer culture can mean a few things because there's
Sure.
been several eras. So you have the 50s, the long flowy dresses,
I wouldn't go that far back. But I
leg
don't
warmers.
know.
Where are you going?
Sure, let's go 70s, 80s, 90s. I mean, something like that. Whatever. Sure.
So anal's making a come up.
Okay, you're getting far too specific. Far too specific. The point of my emphasis here is that I think about that's how it was. And I could be wrong. I could be clueless to it. And I'm sure it had its own level of drama and bullshit from those generations. We wouldn't know because it's beyond our time. But present day, even in just our years of being 24, is that it went from like, you know, you had your fuckboy era where literally, not saying you and I, well,
Yeah, you're saying you and I.
at least I was able to pause. Okay, I was able to take a pause.
I'm not saying.
I'm not saying, but I'm also not saying.
Yeah,
Yeah. Anyway, is that the point is that you had your, I feel like, I don't know if I put a time frame on it, from like 2010 to 2017, 2015 was fuckboys. And I'm not saying just our age group of that point in
okay.
time
You're talking about
Eras.
that time period.
That time period was
Okay.
it was like the men are fuckboys. Everyone's fuckboys, and the girls are like, oh, they're gross. Like fuckboys are everywhere, whatever it is. And now present day,
Yeah, and
has-
that time period was encouraging chivalry, gentlemen, respect. At least it should have been. Like I took that time period of seeing all that. I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna be like this, this, and this.
because you're seeing what not to be is what
Yeah,
you're saying?
literally.
Right, okay, yeah, because there's fuckboys everywhere. Exactly.
Well,
Sure.
and you know my story. Like I watched Not a Good Relationship. I learned exactly what not to do, and I said I will never treat a woman like this.
Sure.
And I'm not saying where I saw it. I'm not saying who I saw it from. But I saw a lot of examples about like, no, I will never do that. I will be like this. And to a fault. Fucking grown up, especially in high school, like I was too respectful. I would friend zone my fucking self.
Yeah. I know. I fully agree. That's
So yeah, I took that time period of fuckboys
Right.
as I'm gonna do the exact opposite.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. But now it's transitioned this trend, and I'll even go as far to say the word like power shift, for lack of a better word, has came where it's about, well, the camera wasn't on you.
Thank
but
God.
yeah, is that it's about, women, and, women do what they want. They'll do what they want. They'll do who they want. They'll sleep with who they want. They'll go where they want. And I think that's great that there's a level of, of women empowerment. Like you said, I am all for that. But it comes down to the fact that but let's fuck with men at the same time. These genuine people, these genuine, I don't know. And it bothers me.
I don't think that's the mentality, even though that's what's happening.
I just hate the term add another one to the roster. I think about that meme, right? Of like, oh, I'm going to text all of them. Thanks for the flowers.
I mean, you know what? I haven't heard that at all, besides on social media. Like, no girl.
And you're right. I've only seen it on social media to that extreme.
Yeah, no girl I've dated, no girl I've been with, no girl I've interacted with has ever said that. Ever.
No. Oh, I'm talking about me. That's what that looks.
Oh, so do you have known people?
I mean, I'm not going to go there, but yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, I'm not asking you who. I'm not asking you when, but I'm saying like, yeah, I mean.
It's nowhere near as extreme. It's not anywhere near.
I've just never heard that. And in fact, like I've seen the opposite. I've seen girls with like higher rosters like want to hide it or this and that. And I've had a couple like express it. And I was like, okay, like I really don't judge.
Sure.
I don't
And it's
care.
not that I'm judging. And when I say
no,
roster,
I know you're not. Like you're coming from
clarify, just in case. When I say roster, I'm not talking about body count.
Oh, okay. So I'm talking about body
See,
count.
that's not what I was talking
You're
about.
talking about
yeah.
active roster. Like who am I devoting time to?
One girl
seeing?
talking to multiple guys at the same time. That is what I'm talking about when I say roster.
Then I've heard roster. I've heard roster.
That's what I'm talking about. It's one thing just because now, hang on, could sound like clingy or crazy, whatever it is. It's one thing that if it's just a bunch of, just kind of.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
What's a bigger turnoff to you? Higher body count or higher roster?
Roster
Me
for
too.
me personally. Body count doesn't concern me anywhere near as much as it does for a lot of people. I think now if we're talking absurd numbers, you give me, crazy numbers.
What's an absurd number? Oh, fuck that, dude. I talked about Sandy Hook on this podcast.
You're going to ask me what's a crazy...
What's an
This is
absurd
the
number?
bullshit that's on social media because it really doesn't matter. It doesn't.
It doesn't, but it does, but it doesn't. What's an absurd number? I need...
Like, and I say crazy, I'm talking like upwards of 50. 50 and above is crazy to me. And that's high.
No, and I know several people with that.
And that's what I'm saying.
But, like,
and there's no shame in that. It's not like,
There's-
oh,
it's-
you're
I'm not trying to
disgusting. It's
shame
like-
it, but I'm like, if you want to... Oh, my God. Dude, this is so frustrating because it's like... Girls don't want a man right now. Girls don't want a man when they're being a girl. However, when the time comes and you do want the man to do these things for you, provide a certain amount for you, take stresses off your plate, and like I said, do things for you, provide for you. Now, I'm not saying he runs the household. I'm not saying you were a stay-at-home mom, wife, cooking and cleaning. However, every lady out there, either now or in the future, will realize they do not want the weight of doing everything on their own ever. They might not realize it now. They'll realize it at some point.
Well, and that's a relationship and that's a partnership. That's normal. And I would
Yeah.
say it's a two-way street. Same for men.
However, if you want that man that's going to provide those things and treat you a certain way,
Right.
you do
'Cause
not.
that's
you
a stereotype,
You
right.
do not get the free pass during this time, the same way we don't get a free pass during
Sure.
this time.
No, and I would agree. And so that's why I was separating the meaning of roster to me.
Yeah,
'Cause
I'd
to
say the
me,
roster's a
and
bigger
why that's
turnoff.
important to me. And you said which one bothers me more, and it was a confident decision for me.
Yeah, you have personal experiences with that.
Well, yeah, and it's not a cry me a fucking river. The point is that why it's such a confident decision is like, yeah, because it's like, okay, I'm devoting my time to you, and I'm expressing that I'm into you and like you, but you got other guys you're talking to.
I've been played so many times.
It's like I'm not
dude.
here to play games. I'm very honest. I'd rather have you tell me straight up, like, hey, dude, straight up, not into you. Maybe you're fun to hang out with. Maybe you have fun to have drinks with one night. And even if, like, we sleep together once, twice, whatever it is, it's like, okay, great. And I would be able to take that and you tell me straight up, like, hey, don't want anything past that. Cool.
You're also familiar with that aspect, too.
this is a Tflip show, but it's not about me today. Okay, it's about general conversations and you. So that's not what it's about here, right? The point is that it's playing the games part, the roster part. It's just absurd to me. It's like, say your genuine intent. I don't care what level of this is or isn't. You look like Kelso right now. Pull up that clip right now.
Did you get that?
Sure did.
No, did you get me dropping it?
I got after now.
Fuck. Okay, that was the worst part of that.
Yeah. Oh no, it's just today's culture. Everyone's toxic.
I agree fully, and like I said, dude, I'm willing to bet. Like, obviously, edit out a couple things, make it smoother. But just the shit I said, I started this segment off literally saying, I agree that women are fucking mistreated. I agree that there's still a patriarchy. I agree that all these things need to be corrected, and I would love to do a deep dive on it. I would love to have active conversations on it. I would love to hear a lot of points of view. However, you cannot fucking tell me it's not a double standard, and you cannot tell me that just like, I can't, like, there's no way to say, like, this shit without sounding like a fucking asshole.
Sure.
It's like...
But that is also today's society, that you have to walk on eggshells with so many different things. In general, not just talking about this in general, or sorry, this topic, but in general, you have to be so careful because we're in today's society and culture where it's cancel culture. Everyone's offended by everything.
Half the shit in this society you have to walk on eggshells.
Like, everyone has their feelings hurt all the time. Everyone's so sensitive now.
You're going to keep most of this podcast. I literally said, like, we might not even be able to discuss COVID.
Sure, exactly. Because
YouTube pulls fucking everything.
Get suppressed.
It's fucking stupid.
Yeah. No.
And it's the opposite, and that's another fucking thing. That we're a country that was founded on saying fuck this, fuck that, fuck that. Censorship's a big fucking thing. Yep. Why? What is censorship for? There's no need for it. If someone's genuinely a fucking idiot and sprouting nonsense, you know that. Yeah. If he's sprouting nonsense and people are believing it, they're fucking idiots too. There's no need to suppress them. Because what's happening now is people who are literally just disagreeing with you are being suppressed.
Right. And I think it actually could have the opposite that negative effect of, if you're suppressing someone, whether, let's say it's
makes
true
you
or not,
less credible.
It makes the source. Because, okay, so what it comes down to is social media, right? Mm-hmm. The media source, whether it's Facebook, whether it's Instagram, whether it's YouTube. I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on. The point is that, like you said, it makes you less credible. And whether, let's say, no matter what the source is of who's spewing the crap. Let's say the fact is, what it person A is saying bullshit. I don't care what it's about. They're just talking fucking like out of their ass, and it's known to be bullshit.
Yes.
But let's say YouTube is suppressing them. Well, guess what? Whether you believe that person A or not, you say, well, YouTube is suppressing. Why is it suppressing them? It makes a red flag.
But most people don't ask that question.
Right. But and whether it's for the right reason or the wrong reason, they say, but they're suppressing them, so they must be right. Whether it's right or not.
Yeah, because most people don't even ask the question.
It could go both ways. It could go both ways. Yes. If someone's speaking the truth and they're like, hey, shut up, hush, hush. You know, we don't need you saying that out loud. But at the same time, it's like, hey, you're a dumbass. We need to get you off this site and silence you. But then it could have the opposite effect that you want. It's like people are like, they're silencing them. You know, they must be saying something they don't want them to say. And that's the issue of suppression as a whole. You're right. It's a freedom of speech. You should have the freedom to say whatever the fuck you want, whether you're an idiot spewing out of left field or you're whistleblowing and, bring attention to something important.
Facts. And I think the pandemic highlighted a lot of that.
Sure. It's crazy.
You had scientists who made the vaccines, who were testing treatments for COVID, who were doing all of this research, and you had one narrative being pushed.
Right. Yep.
And if you are not supporting that narrative, you're a piece of shit, you're killing people, you're far right, you're whatever.
Yep.
But now active scientists who are more than credible, who are more credible than the media, who are more credible than someone shunning me, who are more credible than all these people who are actively working with it and saw it and researched it and studied it and worked with it, are saying the opposite. They're getting deplatformed. They're getting all of this shit, and it was about multiple stuff, and it just makes no sense. Yeah. It doesn't.
Yeah.
And it's still happening.
What scares me with all this, from suppression to the government and so many different things.
What does scare you the most? Because I know what scares me the most.
To put it in simple terms, lack of power. People say, be the change, be the one to speak up.
You know why there's a lack of power?
It terrifies me of that, how much red flag and in your face, like, what the fuck, when you hear about shit, see shit. And I naturally, just instinctually, I feel like that's fucked, but what am I going to do about it? And people are like, well, be the starter. Be the person that can change.
You know why there's a lack of power?
I'm saying lack of power from our standpoint, you and I.
There's a lack of power from our standpoint because not enough people are asking these questions. And the ones who are, there's still a group of the population who just goes, nope, they said it.
Right.
It's right. There's articles saying it's right.
That's my main thing is I've always said and I've learned is that question everything. I don't care if you're red or blue.
But that's what we learned.
Yeah, question everything.
That was never political.
Right, question everything.
Science. Trust the science. Trust the science. Trust the science.
No.
Science was founded on questioning the science.
And that's how more science is found. It's like, oh, shit, this is how this works?
You start that narrative of trust the science. Okay, but if we question it, no, you're killing people. You're a piece of shit. You don't care. But there's a lack of power right now because there's still a group of the population who just go, why? They don't care. They still believe it. Yeah. That shit can't change till you have the majority. Because right now, it's like the conspiracy theorists, like the Alex Jones shit. That was so little of the population. 10%, 8%, 20%, whatever. It was a far minority. Yeah. That's now catching up to half, if not the majority, but it's still not the majority. Until that's the majority, it's not political. It's just fucking question the shit. Yeah. Question it on both sides. I'm not saying Trump. I'm not saying Kennedy. I'm saying Kennedy. Fuck. But I'm not pushing a political agenda, but it's just like question what you're being talked to about.
Sure.
If you're getting your news from CNN and MSNBC and that's it, you're a fucking idiot. If you're getting your news from Fox News and Alex Jones and that's it, you're a fucking idiot. You're part of the problem. If you're only going right, if you're only going left, you're part of the fucking problem. If you agree with primarily left policies and people, that's okay. If you agree with primarily right policies and right people, that's okay because there is a difference in beliefs and there's actual left and right policies. Sure. There's a right and left mindset. That's fine. You can agree with one or the other. But if you just form everything, including your way of thinking on that or that, you're a fucking idiot, and you're why we're so divided, and you're why we're not getting better, we're getting worse, and you're why Donald Trump is the front runner, and you're the reason why people are saying don't reform it, demolish it. You're why that's now being talked about. If you're scared of that shit, realize most people need to be somewhat moderate. I am a conservative person, however, I agree with a lot of liberal policies. I know several liberal people who agree with a lot of conservative policies. The pendulum needs to sway to keep the status quo. It's going further and further right or left, and people are planting their roots in right or left. And it cannot stay like that.
On that note, before you get too far away from it, what do you think there's a point in time that became a thing? Because being we're both young.
It's hard.
I didn't feel like, let me finish the thought, is that I feel like there was a point in time politics swayed in a way. I'm on number 6, buddy, if that's what you're looking at.
You're fucking
There's a point in time in politics where I feel like there was a time where it became that, where it was so deeply rooted either in far right or far left. And I don't know what that point in time was. I don't know what that change was. Because if you ask a liberal that, I've asked a number of extreme, in my eyes, and I wouldn't say that extreme liberals, is like, oh, it was once Donald Trump started running for president. But if you asked Republicans that, it was, once it was, they would say Obama. And it's just interesting comparing those two because those are two entirely different presidencies, right? But it shows you the two. And for me being the neutralist I am, I feel like humbly in politics, it's interesting.
You're not a neutralist, you're a moderate.
Sure.
Can't say neutralist because you still feel a certain way about both.
Sure. Okay. I'd agree with that. Point is that at what point in time did that change? When did that become a thing? It's because I don't understand why people have. I think back to when Rob Moore came on my podcast, and now that guy is very, very Democrat, right? But he brought up a very good point: is that we have became in a society where we have these sunglasses on, whether you have red tint or blue tint, and you don't know that you have those tinted sunglasses on, but you wear those sunglasses just like the one you wear, and you think, I'm moderate, like someone like me. Oh, I'm moderate. But you could have red tint on. You won't realize it.
I think, the tint thing makes sense, but also it's like you have to look like as you grow and as you mature, you become the person you really are. You're going to view the world through a lens.
Right, and it's going to, right, I totally agree.
And
right.
I've stated I do hold a lot of conservative values. So I will always, if you want to say conservative and liberal is red and blue, I will always view the world through a slightly red lens because I think a lot of my values are on the conservative
and
side.
naturally so.
But it's a slight. It cannot be polarizing.
And that's what I'm talking about.
And that's what Robbie talked about.
And that's
what
what Rob talked about. That's what I think about. Is like you could have an opaque red, an opaque blue. I think the color, it should be, the word to correlate this to should be opaque. It should not be full blown red. It should not be full blown blue, right?
Now mine on camera are red and blue, right? With a little bit of white.
Yes, but I was talking about is for the sake of my analogy here.
No, I hear you. And I would say it's hard because I have a lot of opinions on that matter. I would say it's not necessarily the presidency that shaped it. It's the way thinking changed. And the presidency that overlapped the way.
So what was that change? So that relates to society. So what changed in society to make that?
I don't know the specifics. I'm not gonna say like
because there's so many different factors.
We have
to the way social media changed, the way that our media.
We have to circle back to this because we're about to. I know you and I know me, and we're gonna latch on to one of the things I say right here. So we have to make this the anchoring point on when it changed.
Sure.
And a lot of things played into factor. I think gay marriage played into a factor. I am abovely for it. I need to say that from the start. I am so for gay marriage. If you are happy, do what makes you fucking happy. I went to a conservatively Christian school where that was the ultimate sin. I got kicked out of every religious class I was in for questioning that one aspect.
Yeah.
God hates gay people. God hates gay people. And I would say, well, why does he keep making them? Because gay people can't make gay people. I fully disagree with that. They can't. They cannot. You are born. You don't pick what you're attracted to.
No.
Everyone has a type.
Yep.
I don't pick that. If I picked that, I would be a lot happier. We're drawn to something. It's a subconscious thing. Can it be shifted a little bit? Yes. However, at the end of the day, it can be shifted a little bit, but it's not going to be black and white difference. It's not going to go from male to female. You are born who you are. I agree with that. And I also agree you can be born with something wrong. I don't think being gay is something wrong. I think gay marriage, above all, should be legal. But I do think once that happened, the same way the people who are against it were saying it's a slippery slope, all this shit's going to start happening, in black and white terms, they were right. I'm not saying get rid of gay marriage. I'm still very much for it. But all the shit that's happening now, with how it's being presented, we can both agree, what the fuck? And I don't want to relate that to gay marriage, but I would say that was a direct point in time. A certain level of thinking started to change.
It's an interesting point. I think that brings a really good perspective. I got to unpack that one because I haven't thought
deep.
about it. Yeah,
and,
sure.
And it makes me look bad, but it's just like.
Well, I wouldn't say it makes you look bad
because you can think with your brain and not your heart.
That is the issue with a lot of today's society. I cannot attest if this goes viral, doubt it. But if it did, everyone would agree with you. You'd probably get in a lot. Honestly, in the scenario this went viral for whatever reason, you'd probably get in a lot of a lot of hot water for a lot of different reasons.
I'm losing my career.
Yeah.
JT now has to figure it out because that's the one thing I won't get canceled in.
It's just the point of is that I think that I think it's definitely something to consider, and it's not the act of.
And I don't think that's the only thing that shifted it. I think that's one of the major things that did start shifting things. And I would say that shifted it towards the left side. Because you're asking me when did it start becoming so polarizing, blue and left, or blue and right?
That's my main.
So that's what I'm going back to. So I'd say that aspect in time, we started going a little bit more blue. Now, I don't know where it shifted so far right, because I am familiar with a lot of stuff, but at the same time, I'm familiar with it, but I don't have a level of expertise. I studied what I studied. I love history. I want to learn a lot more about economics. I want to learn a lot more about modern history because I loved older history. That was my shit. I want to learn about the shit leading up to, us. So I don't know where it went so far red because a lot of red people say Reagan, say Reagan, say Reagan. The shit I'm familiar about with Reagan is he was not good. He's the direct reason why pharmaceutical companies are able to take where they are now.
Have you watched? Sorry, I don't want to get sidetracked from your point. But
let's get sidetracked.
Have you watched Painkillers?
Oh, the documentary.
Yeah.
Not yet, but I've heard a lot of things about it.
No,
but yeah, so I haven't seen it yet.
No, Painkillers.
Did you watch it?
Well, I've heard a lot about it, and I, more importantly, watched the Joe Rogan episode with the guy that wrote Painkillers.
Which episode is that? Have you watched the Kennedy one yet?
parts of it.
Dude, watch the full thing.
Well, I'm just now getting back into Joe because I'm driving all the time again. I haven't been driving, so I'm catching up. Like, I got a lot of episodes to go back and watch.
The first, no. Watch the Kennedy one next. Finish whatever one you're on. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, the first 12 minutes is going to bother you because you're not used to his voice.
His voice is...
Tyler, once you actually listen, the same way you get used to a lot of shit, a certain level of discomfort now becomes blind.
I'm bringing you up the episode. I'm listening, though.
Watch it. You're going to be bothered by 12 minutes, and that is the 12 minutes you kind of have to focus. So you have to focus on focusing during those 12 minutes. Once you let him get going and the shit he says actually
grabs
you,
I mean, that's what brought my attention to him is like his
but that's what I'm saying.
Because I saw on social media.
His voice goes out the fucking window when you can listen and hear what he's saying. It fucks you up.
Peter Berg is the one after Oliver, before Oliver.
Oh, okay, so it's recent.
New.
Yeah, it's recent. I'll watch that.
He's the guy that wrote and did all the whistleblowing on, and he also wrote, by the way, Friday Night Lights and Lone Survivor.
Two other.
Yes. Lone Survivor, the war movie, that's really good.
Well, Lone Survivor is based on a true story, so he didn't have to write too much. But Friday Night Lights is a fucking great.
But he
movie.
directed it and everything. Like
he's
it was a damn good movie. And Friday
and
Night
he
Lights.
did the Painkillers doc?
And then he did the Painkillers documentary. It's a
I'm gonna watch that shit.
docu-series. What's cool that the way he did it was, I don't know if you realize.
I've heard so much good shit about it.
Well, it's not just a documentary of like, oh, here's the facts and here's first-hand accounts. He wrote it as a TV show. It's literally phrased as a TV show where he has actors come in, but they portray everything that happened about painkillers and the I forget their last name, Schwartzers, I think is how you say it, something like that. Schwarzers, how do you say it? Do you know who I'm talking about? Can you correct me? But the point is,
no, what's the term?
Their last. So the point is that he did a TV show about it where it seems like a drama. It seems like a fictional.
Now is this Painkillers or is this something else?
This is Painkillers, Jake. If you watch Painkillers,
he makes a documentary like it's just a TV show.
It is literally the way when you watch it, you'll be like, oh, what is this? Am I watching Suits? Am I watching Breaking Bad? It's put together like a TV show, but it's all true events. It's all true stories, and then he even brings out the parents of kids that got.
Is it factual drama? Is it non-fictional drama, or is it a docu-series?
I think if you put it, it was interesting. He didn't have a title.
Is it actors? So
you haven't. Both. It's both. So he had people that are acting as the doctor, as the let's say for the lack of not.
It's a reenactment. It's a reenactment show.
But what he also did is because the families of the kids that overdosed on these drugs,
they're on it giving background.
The parents came in as actors.
So I'm not gonna say it like this, but I'm gonna say it like this. If you watch those shows like The Hauntings and all this, they have the people talking about what they lived through, and then they have the reenactments of it with actors and all that. So it's like that.
Well, it's not a I don't know how to explain it.
Because it's a dramatic depiction of it with the actual factual stuff being talked about.
Writing-wise, story-wise, yes. Factual, this is what happened.
But it's fact. It's fact. I'm not saying it's not.
But they're playing it out as if it is a TV show drama. It was like you have this guy.
It's a factual depiction of it.
Sure. Maybe we're saying things in different ways right now. I just don't know how to fully, my thought process, putting words to it. It's just, I love, being in media, I have a lot of appreciation for like production, putting stuff together, right? Creating a story. And the way that he did it is so unique based off a true story of how fucked up our society is and Big Pharma is. And this is not their last name. I keep calling them the Schwarzers. It's close to that. You need to watch Painkillers.
No, I'm going to.
Incredible. And then that Joe Rogan episode, because he brings up so many different things. This is like blows your fucking mind, dude.
Have you seen, keep talking. I'm looking for another episode I want you to watch.
So that's the main thing it comes down to is that you got to check those guys out. It's Peter Berg is fantastic. Painkillers is fantastic.
Have you watched Painkillers yet?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I've seen it.
You've watched the full thing. That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, no, I finished it. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry. I don't know if I said that.
So talk about that. You're talking about how he put it together, but talk about that.
Well, I don't want to say too many things that give it away because I want you to watch it.
I'm going to watch it. Like
I hate that. Well, you know how I am. I hate spoilers. I won't give spoilers.
Don't spoil it, but
I
guess
I don't.
You can't talk
I don't know how to. For me, I depict things and how I watch them, how I perceive them, and so it's like.
No, I'm trying.
The only way I could talk about it is like how I saw it.
So we were talking about the pharmaceuticals, and I was saying Reagan.
Pharma.
Reagan, I think, kind of shifted it. A lot of older conservative people was like, we need another Reagan. Reagan was the man. Reagan was this. Reagan was that. Reagan's a lot of reason. Like Reagan's policies play a large part in why certain things are pretty fucked up.
Sure.
And I would lean heaviest of all onto the big pharma things because the ordinances, the bills and shit he passed allowed pharmaceutical companies to advertise now. Now, I believe
You would love. I'm sorry, you would love Peter Berg. He talks so much about advertisement. They were advertising without spoilers. They were advertising heroin. They were openly talking about. They didn't call it OxyContin at the time. They said heroin, the drug to start with, the drug to end with.
Yeah, I want to watch.
They
this.
literally said that, and this is back forever in the advertisement.
Now,
and they're calling. I mean,
fact check me. I believe we're one of 2 countries in the entire world to allow pharmaceutical companies to advertise. The way they
yes,
do.
that's correct.
2 countries, right? It's us and
Yep.
New Zealand.
One of the Norway, New Zealand.
I think
It's one of the ones that starts
New
with N.
Zealand.
You're close. You're correct.
This you have to watch this episode, the one I watched.
What's his name?
Asim.
Text it to me, but
I'll send it to you right now. You have to watch that one.
I'll watch that one. We're one of yes. That's another thing that's fucked up because Big Pharma fires me up, man. And
So I think a large part of our society is also shifted by that.
we love our drugs, man. We love drugs.
The war on drugs.
Fact.
The war on drugs is stupid as shit.
Sure.
But then
Stupid in what way? Hang on.
there shouldn't be a war on drugs.
Why?
Do you want to stop overdoses, and do you want to stop crime, and do you want to stop all these criminal organizations making money?
Yes, but the government doesn't because that's where their money comes from.
Legalize it and regulate it.
What countries legalize some of those drugs? Are there some countries?
I mean, Oregon
heroin
has, and it's not looking good.
Well,
So hear me out.
I'll try.
This is gonna sound terrible.
Hey, you've started a lot of your sentences and your statements with that hot take, Jake.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna do a background on this one because I kind of just have to go into it. Pause it and go get a fucking cocktail.
I'm done after 6, buddy. I'm not drinking more than 6 beers a night. 6 beers on a Wednesday night? Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, I gotta go to the office tomorrow.
I do have to go to the office tomorrow.
What time?
Time doesn't matter. It's headspace.
All right.
All eyes on you right now.
I know, dude. We're gonna have to feel a lot before things get better. Now, the legalization of drugs, a lot of people are gonna overdose. A lot of people are gonna die. A lot of people are gonna fuck their lives up. However, you let that occur naturally, you minimalize actual harmful shit going into them. Like fentanyl is now out because they're not getting it illegally. They're getting it pure and clean. You obviously have to fucking figure out a way to make it work. But if you get rid of that aspect, we're cleaning up a lot of stuff. But going back to the pharmaceutical companies, you already have legal versions of just about every fucking drug people want.
I mean, that's the main thing they were talking about in Painkillers, and then on the episode of Peter Berg is OxyContin. I think is they said less than 1% away from heroin. It is your brain, your body. If you like, as far as like, let's say you take your mental out of it, of knowing you're putting OxyContin in your body and putting heroin in your body. Take away that aspect. As far as the chemical compounds going in your body, you're putting heroin in your body.
That's what I'm saying.
So they're the same thing.
So people want uppers and people want downers.
Yep.
People want coke. People want heroin. Let's get rid of some shit, but like, fucking, if Adderall can be prescribed to kids,
it's crazy. That's 2 chemical. I know that for a fact. That's 2 chemical compounds away from being methamphetamine. That's Adderall. That's what Adderall is. If you look at the chemical structure, it's literally 2.
Now, I don't know the science of this, but I almost feel like cocaine, whatever the fucking root is, the leaf, the coca leaf. Legalize that. Regulate that. But I'm saying, like, okay, so we go back to Reagan. Reagan, I think, started the war on drugs, I believe. I could be wrong.
I'm not certain.
This is the same shit people get mad at Joe Rogan on. He starts saying stuff that he's literally like, I could be wrong, but that's not going to get brought up. It's just going to be like, Jake thinks drugs should be legal and that women are pieces of shit. No, you fucking idiots.
Fucking idiots.
But, yeah, so Reagan, above all, made it so pharmaceutical companies can advertise. So now, Russell, have you seen Russell? I have the worst. You fucked my head for trying to keep a straight line sentence.
What did I do? I've done nothing.
Fucking golf cart incident, dude. Do you know
don't blame me for that.
Fuck you.
Do not blame me for that.
Fuck, I will FaceTime 8 people right now who'll be like, yeah, Tyler fucked you.
8 people? There's only one other person there that day. Yeah, you want to FaceTime them, buddy? Yeah, exactly. You have no 8. Yeah, who are the other 7?
I'm going to FaceTime Catherine.
And she wasn't there. By a source.
But she's seen the results after.
By a source.
What do you mean by a source? I used
almost
to
said
speak
something.
like this. I now speak like this. Okay, going back. Reagan, Sandy Hook, all the same shit. Reagan made it so pharmaceutical companies... I cannot keep a straight line. Have you seen Russell Brand's interview? He's been... I can't keep a straight line.
I got it pissed. I'm sorry. Between you
Break
making me laugh.
number 2.
You said, okay, I'm recording now. We're back from our piss
We're
break.
back to the Russell Brand interview.
Okay, before we left to go take a piss break, you said Russell Brand interview, and then you said
So this
you
is
couldn't
all
keep a straight line.
Yeah, because you fucked my head up, jackass. But this all stems from we're still in the red blue tint.
Yep.
So we're talking about Reagan and how the pharmaceutical companies he allowed them to advertise. We're one of 2 countries in the world to advertise. Now this my fucking mind segmented me to Russell Brand's interview saying, so you have the most profitable industry in the world, capitalizing on people needing something. So if the most profitable industry in the world is making money when people need something, there's always going to be a need for it. And it's the same with like the military industrial complex. If people are making money when there's wars, there's always going to be wars. If people are making money when there's a need for something, there's always going to be a need for something. It's never going to get fixed. So Reagan kind of created that. Now, the military-industrial complex was pre-Kennedy. But the pharmaceutical company, which we're really now seeing, and especially during the pandemic, it shed a lot of light on it, is they're making a lot of money when there's something fucking wrong. And Reagan kind of started that. So I would say Reagan was the defining point when stuff kind of started shifting red, but it was for the wrong reasons. Like, Reagan wasn't the hero a lot of conservative people I've talked to think he was.
Sure.
So trying to get back to that red tint, I don't know where it shifted so far red, and I guess it was when Obama did come in, because he, like, the left loves him because he knew how to talk. He knew how to make people feel good.
Yep.
And what he said was right. Everything he said was right. He never said one thing wrong, but what he did was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
His policies, the way he conducted himself, what America did during his presidency was wrong. And I guess it was the feeling good really cemented the blue tint, but the result really cemented the red tint. And we could really dive into that a lot more.
And the issue isn't just not diving or not diving into it, but is that it becomes so subjective. And it's not that I disagree with any of that. It's just the fact of, like, you could nitpick so much, and that's why
you can never prove it. It's not black and white. You can never prove it right
exactly. Or wrong. That I don't think that you could put any. I asked the question of, where, when, how, right? But it's like, I don't know if there's an answer. I really don't. It's just the way that our society. I will say the one thing I'm personally confident is our media. There's no question. Being involved in my career, and I'm passionate about media, is that our media vastly changed in the last 10 years in the way that we distribute our
shifted.
news.
It shifted politically that you have these sources that are only going to tell this side.
Yep.
And in this narrative, and you have these sources that are only going to tell this side in this narrative.
Yeah.
And I can't tell if politics shaped that or if it's just the way people are now thinking. Like I said, the time period, like the gay marriage thing, I think kicked off a lot of stuff. Mm-hmm. For the wrong reasons and for the wrong results, because I'm so fucking pro it.
And I think what's important, and because I just brought up media, is that when bringing up these points, I think it's important to look back on the media coverage of those things and reflect upon those, because it's one thing to look at surface value of, what it was and what happened and how it unfolded.
That's a good point.
But also think about, okay, let's go back in time and let's look at different media sources. Let's look at the way the media portrayed this, because it's easy to remember what happened and what the outcome was.
And I'm willing to bet it's exactly what I said. It's going to be the actual logistical and sound argument is, let them love each other, let these people be married, let them profess their love, and it's going to be the far right Fox News going, they're going to start fucking animals. This is going to happen. 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 It's going to be so black and white, but it's so hard to tell, because that's one aspect of it, and media is right, but where is the point in time where all of these things got mixed up with politics that aren't actually political?
I think it's when media started making a lot of money. I think the media makes so much money off of...
Where does the media get a lot of their money?
The people that back them, the government people that back them, the red people that back them, the blue people.
Who has a lot of sponsors on there? Who sponsors a lot of the shit? Yeah, think of how many commercials brought to you by Pfizer.
Right. Oh, yes. Yeah.
Brought to you by this. That episode on Rogan I want to tell you about. It's he literally started proving shit wrong. And they're like, why are we prescribing this drug? This has nothing to do with this actual issue.
Mm-hmm.
There's no issue here. It's people make money when there's a need. And if there's always a need, there's always money.
And that's where my looping all the way back to what I've said is like, that's why I feel like everyone's corrupt. It's hard to believe anyone. I know it's a conspiracy perspective to say that, but it's like I have a hard time trusting anyone in politics.
Right
Yes,
or left.
Right or left. Doesn't matter. I might agree with one side or more the other from election to election, person to person, ideal to ideal. But the fact is, like, how do I trust anyone? They all seem so fucking corrupt and money hungry and just their own agenda.
What people have to do is stop. Fucking, dude, this Trump shit pisses me off. Because as long as he's not Trump, people are going to vote for him. Or as long as he's Trump, people are going to vote for him. It's fucked on both sides.
Sure.
What people have to start doing is take the names out of it, look at what they're running on, fact check that. What have they done in their past that actually supports that? Now, what have they done in their past that vastly goes against that? How have they conducted themselves throughout their careers, whether political or not? What have they supported? What have they done? And form your opinions based on that. This lesser of two evils approach we've started taking since 2016. We have gone Summer 16, that fucking Drake album. That was the high point in the last 20 years, dude. We've gone straight downhill since then. Summer 16 was it.
So you sound like you're saying Drake should run for president.
No, fuck no.
No.
Rob, you got my vote.
Who?
Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
Yeah, there it is. That's
no, but it's like, look at what they talk about. Look at what they speak on. Look at what their actual policies look like. What have they done in the past to back that? Have they been the same person the whole time?
Well,
because you'll never, like, people can put on facades. Actors are actors for a reason.
Yeah.
They can make you feel things. However, have they lived their whole life like that? If they have, I'm going to trust them. I might be wrong. That still might be a facade.
Hang on. You're talking about actors. Here's what's scary is that people say, oh, actors make me feel like you just said, actors make me feel a certain way, like this or that. They can make me feel passionate. They can make me feel mad. They make me feel sad based off the character that they portray. But at the end of the day, but it's acting.
Obama.
But at the end of the day, it's acting. We look at politicians, and if you strongly support someone, it's like, I'm a big Obama supporter.
It's the same thing, dude.
I'm a Obama ride or die. Everything he says is true because he's Obama. He's a politician. Everything.
But it doesn't just start like that. It starts by how he makes him feel. Folks, these people, if they are going to make a push for anything, have to be trained on how to speak. They have publicists. They have people telling them how to do it. They have coaches.
Obama's a fantastic speaker.
He's the greatest speaker in American history.
It's absurd how good he was.
He is the greatest speaker in American history. And there's been MLK. There's been several, dude.
Right. He's a fantastic.
He is the greatest speaker in American history. Right. Now, me just saying this, I've already lost a lot of people. Go look at what did he run on? No, hold on. I'm going to ask this open-ended question. What did he run on? I'll answer part of it. One of the main things he ran on was we're going to leave Afghanistan. Mm-hmm. We're done. Bring our troops home.
Did not.
We put our troops in more countries.
Correct. Yeah.
He killed more civilians than I want to say. I could now. He's top two. It's between him and Truman on who killed the most civilians in American history. Both dropped bombs. One dropped two. One dropped a lot.
That movie sucked, dude. It was such a bad movie.
Hang on, that movie was a movie.
That sucked.
That movie was a movie.
No, it was.
I still don't have. I need to watch it again.
Yeah, that's on you.
Watch it again.
That's on you. If the movie wasn't good high, it's not going to be good sober, buddy. I hate to break it to you.
My only question about that movie, they couldn't fucking recast the dude who testified against Robert Downey Jr.
Wait, which guy?
Fucking Freddie Mercury.
Oh,
that's all I pictured.
That's on you. Yeah,
I couldn't see past it.
See, that's you and Kelso obsessed over that. I didn't even pay attention to it. Didn't even catch my eye.
I don't think Kelso obsessed over a lot of things. I think you walked out of there mad, and I walked out of there confused.
Because I wanted to be genuine. You were baked as shit. Of course, you were confused.
Dude, that bomb was the coolest fucking scene.
Don't get me wrong. The cinematography and like the orchestra, orchestra and everything is catching up to me. The orchestra, there's a lot of different things that was really good in it, but the actual storyline of the movie was dog shit.
I can appreciate what they wanted to do.
Yes.
I can appreciate the two timelines.
Yep.
However, you catered that purely to people who knew every detail of that story, and then you gave no background to it. And the fucking idiots I've talked to is like, we learned about his personal life. We learned about this. I'm like, all we learned about his personal life is that he cheated on his wife a lot.
A number of times.
A lot. We didn't learn. Yeah, we learned that the dude made a push for cabinet, fucked his career, so he got his career fucked. But we really didn't learn. There's a fucking Oppenheimer building in like San Francisco or somewhere close. What the fuck does that have to do with anything?
Couldn't tell you. I didn't know that was there.
We didn't know. I didn't learn a lot about Oppenheimer. I learned he cheated on his wife. He might be a communist.
Might be a Russian.
I don't think he was a communist. However, he hung out with a lot of fucking communists who were like, fuck America, we're going to communists. Which terrified me.
You know, going into the movie,
I knew none of what was going to happen.
Well, I saw a lot of memes, and I don't even know how they started.
Oh, so you had more of a pretense going into this than I
Well,
did.
no. It was a bad, wrong pretense because I was waiting for the scene the entire time. I don't even know what scene this movie's from.
What were the memes?
But it was just like, Oppenheimer's a two-timing bitch. And it'd be like Oppenheimer in America, and then there's another scene from, like, there's a scene from Oppenheimer, and then you go to a scene from another movie, I don't know what, and it looked like Oppenheimer in there, and they'd be like, Sieg Heil. And they go to like,
was it the Key and Peele skits?
Maybe. I mean, dude, I didn't pay attention to who or what.
Was it the dude from Modern Family going, hey?
Well, in the
get rid of that. No, there's enough clips of me saying Sandy Hook. I don't need anything.
You just got. I mean, I was saying Sieg Heil. You're saying Hail Hitler. So I mean, yeah.
Fuck me, dude.
Point is like I actually thought I was waiting. I was like, oh, he's a double agent. He's gonna eventually end up in Nazi Germany, and he's gonna switch sides. I thought that's literally where the story was going, based off the shit I saw on Instagram.
Was Kurt Russell the fucking professor? I thought he was dead.
Who?
The American professor, the one who's like, you can't be with the communists anymore.
Yeah.
Who was that?
I don't know.
The
movie sucked, Jake. I don't care.
It
The movie was
wasn't
terrible.
that bad.
It was terrible. Barbenheimer was better.
That's Barbie and Oppenheimer.
Correct. Have you not seen the crossover? It's fantastic. You haven't seen it? It's pretty fucking fun.
So at my girlfriend's work party, it was really
good.
It was really cool. No, it was really cool. So she works for an I know you're cutting that. I know you're What I hate about it is you're gonna cut that part out, and I'm just
Camera's fully on you, buddy. It's all you know, right? Yeah. No one knows what we're talking about.
Tyler asked.
No.
But so she works for an entertainment company, and it's really cool. And last year's party was at this fucking fat mansion in like the Malibu Hills. Greek theme. It was dope. Like these dudes spent a lot to put this fucking party together.
Millions?
Not millions, but they make
millions.
Let's put it like this: they make millions. So like, if we're gonna throw a good party, we're gonna put hundreds into it. And we don't have a lot of money, but if we're going to throw a good party, we're putting hundreds into it, like a good party.
Sure.
These dudes make millions, so I'm assuming they're putting maybe a couple 100,000 into these parties.
Well, hang on, that math does not add up. We're putting hundreds in. Why are they putting hundreds of thousands?
Because they make.
Why would it not be thousands? I feel like thousands is like pretty reasonable to say.
Because someone who's making hundreds of thousands can put in thousands.
But you said they're making millions.
So they're putting in hundreds of thousands.
Don't. Continue your story. Continue your story.
Do the math in your head real quick.
Yeah, don't ask me to do the math.
No, hold on.
Janik how that went.
Yeah. Well,
exactly. Fucking exactly.
Paul.
Yeah. Fucking Paul.
They rented out. You know how like in an older movie, like 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, like the average block on New York, what that looks like?
Sure.
Like just an outdoor movie. They rented out an entire New York block set at Universal Studios. So the actual movie set, the entire.
Oh, you were just there. Just there. Oh, I saw your Instagram. So that's what it looked like. Okay, yeah.
So that's what they did.
Wow.
So they rented that out. They had paid actors. They had the Michael Jackson impersonator, who was fucking awesome.
Saw a drone show too. Drone light show.
The drone show at the one last year was so much better.
Really?
So much better. I'll show you videos of that one compared to this one. Fucking light years better, dude. But it's an open bar. They have a cigar bar. They have a tattoo shop that you get free tattoos at during the party. They have free food, different. Like last year, it was Greek themed because it was a Mykonos party, And then the theme, like the actors there were like ancient Romans and Greeks, and there was like a war skit and all this. It was all paid actors.
Yeah.
This year was like Hollywood. So you had paparazzi taking Polaroids of everyone. Like these actors would come up to you, make you act out a skit. It was fucking dope. They had impersonators like the Michael Jackson impersonator. There was a Batman impersonator. Fucking weird as shit. He was awkwardly in character. Kept asking me how I liked Gotham City. I was like, there's a lot of needles laying around. He goes, he did not like me. Batman did not like me.
Hey, you're talking about his city. He's the one protecting you from the needles.
But there was a Batman impersonator. There was a Barbie scene. I took pictures with Batman in Barbie. You said Barbenheimer, so I was
Battenheimer.
like, Batarbie.
I like Battenheimer better.
It wasn't an Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
And then they had a graffiti thing, like you could digitally spray paint stuff. Everyone was doing it. I was like, Can I go? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, I'm gonna put free Trump, and she did not like that.
Your liberal girlfriend didn't like that?
I think everyone at that party would have been like, what the fuck?
Should have put free Trump on there anyways.
But yeah, it's so renting out a studio at Universal Studios, an entire set. There was a pizza truck, a hot dog truck, a pretzel truck, numerous other food vendors. There was a portable cappuccino bar,
ooh,
open bar, cigar bar, tattoo shop,
cigar bar. Hang on.
paid actors and paid performances. How much do you think that costs?
Hundreds of thousands of dollars.
My point exactly.
Hundreds of thousands. But that's work. The company, the corporations put the money.
It's not
in.
even the
And
corporations.
it's a big write-off.
It's these two dudes who own an entire.
It's a write-off. I guarantee
it's for sure.
it's so much a write-off.
It's for sure a write-off. And these, there was people. So like the buildings are sets. So the actual buildings aren't really much. They're just like kind of blank buildings because the sets are up.
Right.
I noticed a couple times people walking out of these set doors going.
Of course.
And I'm like, can I go in there? And she's like, no. And I'm like, why?
I think this is a perfect opportunity for an outro.
Yeah, you've been looking at the clock for a while, and you know what?
Don't put this on me.
Not you. You don't want me on this podcast. You said, "Hey,
Shut
Jake."
the fuck up.
You said
a 3-hour episode, Jake. This is probably gonna be. This is a 3-hour episode.
It's likely going to be a 2-parter. I'm okay with that. However, you cannot lie. And when we went to take a piss together, while we locked eyes, you said, "Hey, dude,
locked eyes."
I was cool with the Sandy Hook shit at first."
Is that what I said?
Yeah.
I don't think that's what I said.
You can't bash my boy Obama.
Not what I said. No. Not what I said.
Nah, but this was a lot of fun. This is exactly how I didn't want this interview to go, as I stated.
It went fantastic.
But to recap my life story since the last time we were here, I ended last episode saying I hope I'm not done playing football.
You're done playing football.
I was, in fact, done playing football. I got the scholarship I wanted. Grandma died. I had to start working. JT was born, played by Bradley Cooper. We didn't even touch on what I do for work now.
Security cameras.
I think it's for the best we don't get into details of that.
That's fine.
Based on the conversations we've had.
That's fine.
We didn't talk about the football season, which I wanted to transition to. You made me latch on to politics and Alex Jones.
And I loved it. Well, no, because I knew you coming on the show was going to be more of a conversational-based thing. I wanted to talk about a little bit about you, but it's conversational, you know.
Okay, so it wasn't the first platform. It wasn't just the interview. It's like, hey, we're going to interview you, but we're gonna ruin your career.
Ruin your career, yes. You want to know the best part?
Your mic's been muted the whole time.
No, imagine that. No. We would scrap the episode so quick.
Mine's not blinking.
It's a different microphone.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Dude, I don't know, dog.
I love that you came out here with 2 full cups of water and you took 1 sip of one, buddy. Well, it's the red cups, 2 sips down.
In my defense, because they don't know when we shot this, where we shot this. In my defense, it was 95 fucking degrees today.
Stop it. Okay, but if they watch from clip 1 to clip 0, they know where they're starting.
No, but what they don't see is that it did dramatically cool down. I got those
sure.
thinking.
It was nice in here.
Yeah, I'm not that. My shirt stayed on. I walked in the studio shirtless.
I don't think I'm that. I thought my forehead would be bead sweats.
Nah, I'm a little
sweat
moist.
Bead sweats. Bead sweats.
I'm moist, but like
you let that one slide. Nice.
Bead sweats.
I said bead sweats. It's sweat. No, beads of sweat or sweats.
What
bead
the
sweats.
fuck are you talking about?
You start sweating
Where
beads.
you fucked me was you made me drink, dude.
It's not that bad. 6 beers. Like, I'm a little buzzed, but it's just 6 beers.
It's not that bad.
It's not that bad.
Fucking add this to the pre-clip show. Let's start a fucking timer or clock or counter for how many times I say Sandy Hook during this fucking episode.
If you put a pitch counter on it, I'm giving you sub 10. I don't think you say it more than 10 times.
I think
10 is on the higher end, but you don't say it more than 10.
I agree, but I think I approached 10 way too many times. Like
I'd put you, if I had to guess a final number, I would give you 7. I'd say 7 times you say the word Sandy Hook. Not counting now talking about it.
How long have I been your friend?
Since the first grade.
How many times have I ever talked about Sandy fucking Hook?
Well, okay, hang on. It's a lot of times, actually. You won't shut up about it. That was a little too... Come on, that's too easy. That's too easy.
Jake. Back to Sandy Hook.
Jake. We're wrapping the show up. It's been a fantastic time. I picked off a scab. I'm currently bleeding. I scratched my leg, and now I'm bleeding down my shin. So I think this is a great opportunity to get us the fuck out of here. Is there anything you want to exit with?
I do want to plug what I now do for a living.
Please do. Now's the opportunity.
I am a licensed dealer. I'm an alarm broker currently. I sell CCTV systems and alarms, both home and commercial, so residential and commercial, small businesses, homes. Crime in the Bay Area, like we did touch on this episode, is fucking terrible, and it's getting worse.
Yep. It's going to get worse.
Everyone should get an alarm system for their home, peace of mind-wise. If you own a small business, you need cameras and an alarm for your insurance. You can call 800 numbers. Chances are you're going to call ADT regardless. I'm going to charge you less than ADT, and you're going to be doing business with them. So even if you're one of those shitty people who says you'll support your friends but never does, you're literally financially motivated to do that now. So it's just, where my journey did leave off is I went from football to jewelry to alarms and cameras. The next time I'm on here, my goal is stripper in Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
Doing one, not doing it.
Uh-huh. Right.
Cut that.
No, not happening. I'm letting you go.
But yeah, this was a lot of fun, brother. Part 1, part 2 was long overdue as well.
Sure.
I do hope to be back on.
Yeah.
I do hope one of our episodes of Fuck Your Parks airs.
I think we got to re-record it again. I don't know how many times you have to re-record or re-look into it.
I think we can edit that one and eventually air it. I don't want that to be the first episode to air. I need that to be years down the line, where if it does air, no one gets really affected by it. My name's JT the Jeweler, and this was a pleasure.
Can we get a last step chug? Yeah, might as well. Oh, God is asking 4K. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Tflip Show number 22. I'm glad you guys are here to join me on it. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. If you did, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all those good things. Be a friend and tell a friend. As always, I have no idea. This could be the end of part 2. Depends how I decide to edit this on the spot. So this could be 22.1 to 22.2. Couldn't tell you. We'll figure it out. This is a 3-hour episode. This is a guarantee, depending on how much I cut down.
We talked about attention span. You got the audience for a 3-hour episode?
No, I don't have an audience. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys on the next one. I hope you guys enjoy the show.